wasn't hard, was it? It wasn't hard.
I'll throw a phone at you.
I know.
It was so stiff.
It wasn't hard at all to do 1 + 1 = 2 and 2 + 3 = 5 quick math.
Memes are real.
Well, welcome back everyone to the Ramblers podcast, episode 18.
Ooh, episode 18.
Are you sure it's episode 18?
I don't know, maybe.
It definitely is.
We're not sure yet.
I did some quick math.
The meme is strong.
Oh, God.
Alright, so, I think, fuck, I'm tired. I woke up
Well done, people.
I woke up like 10 minutes ago.
It's the end of the world.
So this is the Ramblers podcast where we talk about movies, games, TV shows, and anything else cool related. And I got Danny with me.
Hello.
I got Chris with me.
Hi. I was expecting you to fall asleep any second now.
We had a hectic D&D session last night.
Oh, yes, understandable.
And then I stayed up watching YouTube videos for the next 3 hours. So
Even more understandable.
yeah, so I have no respect for my body. What are you guys up to?
I'm also joining in having no respect for my body.
Yes.
The purple grape.
The purple grape.
Purple grape.
Referring to Thanos, which we
grape.
may or may not be talking about this podcast.
There is nothing Thanos related at all to talk about this video. I don't know what you're talking about. It's not like the internet is blown up. What are you talking about?
Danny, what are you up to? Tell our listeners. They haven't heard from us in a while.
I've been playing some D&D. I've finished Pokemon Sun, which much to a...
Not Ultra Sun, normal.
No,
sun.
normal Sun, yeah, not just...
There's a Sun and there's Ultra Sun.
Yeah.
It's a bigger sun.
Yeah,
shiny.
I finished it a year
more
later.
ultra.
I finished it a year later after its release, and I somehow managed to avoid its biggest spoiler.
It's all good.
Well, I must salute you, Danny, because it's very rare for you to finish a game within a year of its release. Batman Iron Isolation.
No, it's really rare for her to finish a game.
Hey,
Full stop.
I finished Omega Ruby in 2.5 weeks.
Oh wow, look at me.
You need to get your priorities straight, Danny. Get that Batman in your repertoire.
Yeah.
Get that isolation in your repertoire. Oh, no, well, that's actually an existential problem.
She didn't finish Uncharted Lost Legacy either.
I got so close, and then I fell off the
Like,
bank.
no, but if I finish this, then I'm ruining my streak. I must not finish.
It was more...
And then she started Persona 5 and was like, I love this game, I'm gonna beat it.
Oh
Stop
god,
playing
Persona 5 is not a game you can just up to finish quickly.
Well, no, it was more like... I was like, I'm going to start this 2 months before my semester finishes.
Yeah.
And then it was like...
I was like, don't do it.
GG.
Just
Yeah.
wait until holidays so you can play it for like a month. Because
Yeah.
there will be nothing else you'll be doing.
Yeah.
You'll be running around yelling, Persona! Every 5 seconds.
God, that's why I don't want to play it, because all I can think of is when I'm watching Game Grumps play Sonic Forces, is they every time they say Persona, that's all I can think of.
Persona!
Persona!
Alright. How you doing, Chris?
Welcome back.
We're moving on from today. What are you doing, Chris? I hear you've just finished exams.
Oh my god, I'm finally freaking free, mate. Yeah,
Whoa!
I'm still going to uni every week though for like other stuff, so I don't feel free.
Yeah.
I don't feel free, but
He's like, you did it, you're free. We're proud of you, but come in every week.
we come back for other things that you need to plan for the years to come, and it's like, yay, I can't pull myself away, even though I want to with every fibre of my being, but it's fine. But yeah, no, I'm actually gaming now, which is
Yay!
a thing that I
You're
forgot I
being
did.
normal.
It's a thing I forgot I did, yeah. So about halfway through Wolfenstein now,
Oh, good stuff.
which I'm loving. And of course the Steam sales came through.
Oh my god.
So I've just bulk bought everything
I
missed.
bought one game and it cost me literally 50 cents and it was the first Soul Reaver. We were like, because like nothing else. Like I was considering buying XCOM 2 and I was like, oh yeah, I might. And then I was like, nah, I'll get it.
Dude! Come on, man!
Like I was going to.
We've spoken about XCOM on this show.
I was gonna buy it. I was like, oh, I'll get
You
it.
gotta please the fans, bro.
I was gonna get
They're
it.
waiting for your impressions. Get on there and get your second version of Jesus.
Jesus.
You need Jesus 2.0 on XCOM 2. Come on, my man.
I was gonna get it. I was like, alright. I was like, I'll get it. And I was like, no, I'll wait. I want to get it when I'm going to play it immediately, and I've already got too many things. I've got a backlog. I'm going to go through.
If you buy it now, you're not going to play it until
I don't have all of them, but everyone I know, like I got Evil Within 2 for the Black Friday sales.
Nice.
So I'm paying through the first Evil Within, so just for the second one.
What do you think of the first one now that it's aged a bit?
It's odd. It's odd.
Yeah.
Like I love me some old school survival horror games, but that game is like the most. There's moments where you're like, yes, this is everything horror should be. There's moments where you're like, who fucking coded this? Like, who was like, this would be a good idea? Like, inconsistent headshots where it's where it's like, yep, got that headshot. It takes off half their head, and you're like, all right.
It's like Shinji Mikami's brainchild in a team that haven't done games for a while.
Yeah, it's like from what I've heard, and I completely understand. Even though I haven't played Resi 4, it's discount Resi 4.
Okay.
Because I was talking to Eric about it, and he's like, from everything he's seen, cause he's played a lot of Resi 4. And good thing is, Evil Within, and this made Eric very happy, Evil Within's got me to go back and play Resi 4.
Oh, cool.
So I'm like, if I enjoy...
It's the same style, yeah.
Yeah, if I enjoy this, I'm going to enjoy the one that's hailed as the god.
Great, yeah.
So I'm like, I'm going to give this a go. But like, it is discount Resi 4, which is really a cool visual design. The big issue is it just doesn't do anything. It's just like, nothing makes sense in that game at all.
Oh no, but that
Where it's like I got the reveal of like when it's like you're actually inside someone's head.
And I said to him,
you were like, oh.
I'm like, wait, how long have you been through this? Like, what's this gap of you between the beginning and now? It's like about halfway through, and you've only been told now.
Yeah, even though it's like pretty obvious you're in someone's head.
Yeah, like I mean, it makes sense, but at the same time, it's kind of like, okay, cool, these things are happening, but how did you get here? I don't know. Like, what happened? It looked like
it has really good
transition.
It has really good boss encounters.
I think that's one thing that the bosses in Evil Within 2 are not quite as nutty.
Yeah, because like the spider.
No, they do reuse them. No spoilers.
Yeah, I've heard that Spider Lady and Safehead reappear, and it's just like
Spider Lady and Safehead.
And Chainsaw Man with thing.
Yeah.
That pissed me off so much, and I also
Safehead looks annoying.
Oh, Safehead is annoying. Like
Keeper.
Yeah, Keeper. Yeah, I call him Safehead because like
he has a safe on his head.
Yeah. That was a cool boss fight because like you can technically fight him, but it does nothing. Like you shoot it, you fight him at certain bits just to get rid of him, and then you quickly go do something. That took me a lot of trial and error to try and figure that out. But
what else you buy?
I got that. That and Legacy of Kain. Everything else because like my sister got because I haven't played Horizon yet, so that's on my backlog. She bought that, so I'm like, all right, when you're done, I'll get that. My stepdad got Shadow of War, so I'm like, all right, when you're done with that, I'll borrow that off you. He also had Assassin's Creed Origins, which I've played a little bit of, and I'm like, all right, once I'm done with Evil Within, I'll take that off you.
So how many months have we got free now? Because you can need all of them.
Yeah, and I'm like, these are all AAA games.
I know.
They're all like 20 hour at least.
Oh my god, at least.
Yeah, so it's like no more weird indie or like weird old school PS1 games for me. Straight to the AAA mill.
I think I only bought one. I only got Deathly. Oh no, I got Deathly Outsider because I didn't get that when that came out.
Oh yeah, I still haven't bought that.
Yeah, I was because I remember not buying it because I was in the middle of uni crunch. I was like, I'll buy it when it's on sale. So it was on sale, so I bought it. And then what's the other one? I got Titanfall 2. I got that because I was on the cheap. So like I've been meaning to get around to that for a while because apparently the campaign is spot on.
It is a lot of fun.
I'm happy to get stuck into that. Eventually, I was on the PlayStation.
Also the multiplayer. I don't know how. Did you get it on PC?
No, that was on PlayStation sales.
Okay, not sure how it is on. Because I played on Xbox. I don't know. I'm not sure how lively the multiplayer community is, but if you can, give multiplayer a go because it's so good.
Alright, I'll give that a shot then.
Like.
Oh, that reminds me. The PlayStation Plus games for November has just been announced.
I know. I got the video, but I didn't watch it yet.
I'm so excited.
What are they?
Bound.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm actually really excited.
Is that an indie game?
Yeah. So it was
Kinds of purist.
That's actually the only one that I remember.
There's the only one you care about.
No, it was Bound and Metal Gear Solid. Oh no, that was last week.
No,
that was last month. December's looked really bad. They've already announced December's, which is like Kung Fu Panda.
Yeah,
I thought that's what you're talking about.
Legendary Showdown.
No, November's.
Oh.
Already in November though. We're about to hit December.
Oh. Wait.
Yeah, it's Kung Fu Panda, it's Darksiders 2.
Oh, okay. Yeah, which I already have. Oh, in that case, shit, November's, yeah. Wow, I'm way behind. I need to get my brain on this.
Danny giving our fan base false information.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Yeah, so
we got
Worms, Bound, and the PSVR shooter Until Dawn Rush of Blood.
Well, that's this month.
Yep.
Yeah, that's this month. And the next month's,
This one is Darksiders 2, Kung Fu Panda, Showdown of Legendary Legends.
Yeah.
For fuck's sake.
I have no idea what
That's
that
pretty
is.
much it. Oh my god, really?
Wow.
Just those?
Yeah.
Ouch.
Well,
Until Dawn again.
Like the
Former 8. Whatever that is.
That's just for PlayStation 4.
So you get a terrible Smash Brothers clone and you get the not good Darksiders game.
Oh, Darksiders 2's alright.
2's alright.
It's alright.
Yeah.
No, okay, when I say no, I was just being funny. I do like it, but it's no Darksiders 1. Darksiders
Oh, here
1
we
is
go.
all
Here's the full list. Yeah. So Darksiders 2, Kung Fu Panda, Until Dawn, That's You again.
Until Dawn's still on there?
Yeah.
That's You is still on there?
Yeah,
That's since like July.
I know, like...
Wow, okay.
Sony gives away that game with literally anything.
X-Blaze Lost, whatever that is.
That sounds awesome.
It's only for the PS3.
That sounds great.
Siberia Collection, which is also just for the PS3.
Oh, that's not it.
Former 8, which is for the PS Vita and the PS4, and then Wanted Corp, which is only for the PS Vita.
That sounds cool.
Yeah.
Alright. Well,
That's
Well, that's that.
alright, so we'll move on to our
list.
news section after that bit of powwow. So we're going to go straight to the best thing that happened, which I didn't even know. My friend, we're all DDing. He's like, oh, so you hyped for the Avengers trailer? And I was like,
I keep forgetting you're not part of our group because I was like on top of that.
yeah.
I posted the teaser that they released about the trailer coming out.
I didn't even know that was a teaser. He was like, oh yeah, 9 o'clock tonight.
It's a really good teaser.
Trailer. And I was
Yeah,
like,
no, they told
"Are
me
you
when I was
serious?"
making coffees last
And
night.
I was like, and everyone was about to leave. I'm like, what?
I know.
Turned on TV. I was just like, and I went to YouTube. The first thing the
Yeah,
cast was on was like,
that thing is trending everywhere, like as
Yeah.
expected.
and I was like, good boy.
Yeah.
So yeah, Avengers: Infinity War got a trailer, and it's just beautiful.
It is
It
beautiful.
is.
I'm pretty sure we were all already on board. Like there is,
I mean, yeah.
like this is the third Avengers movie. Both of them have been really
It's going to be the 19th
MCU.
MCU film.
Yeah, because Black Panther comes out before it.
Which
I
I'm
know,
nuts.
yeah.
Which
I
I'm really
completely get.
excited for that to see because
There's a lot that's going to happen in that film.
Yeah,
like more than we think there is.
yeah, because a lot from what we see in the trailer, a lot of what happens in Black Panther ties into this.
Clearly, yeah.
But there's so many. We'll not break down, but we'll give it just like.
Oh, let's break it down.
Actually, yeah, we will because there's a lot of interesting stuff in this trailer.
First of all-
and this is a lot of singular shots where you're like,
Yeah, well, I mean, it really put the teaser trailer.
yeah.
Like, I kind of sat
There's-
back and I thought if I showed this, because my dad is like, he knows about them, but he's not up
Yeah.
to down.
Yeah.
Like, if I showed this to my dad, he would have no idea what's actually going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's really, like, just tease.
Yeah.
And I think it's more so just
I'm-
like, now that enough people have seen Thor Ragnarok, we can just show the scenes that we want to.
I'm glad that what they showed us. It's literally all we need to know. Thanos is coming, and everyone is like, oh, like every hero is like does not look happy.
Oh.
Like the opening shot is like Tony Stark.
Sobbing.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
shot number 1, crying Tony Stark.
Yeah,
Which was enough to make me cry
which
too.
I know,
which
right?
is also like it's all odd because I want to know how that fits in because he's wearing like a hoodie in that scene.
Yeah.
And then the next scenes in the trailer, he's wearing a hoodie
He's
as
wearing
well.
the same hoodie,
so I'm like,
yeah.
those either take. I'm thinking that in that big battle, because there's going to be a big New York battle. Something happens and someone's gonna get axed, and he's gonna be like, "Yeah, that's my fault. Like I'm treating that as my." So fucking Weekly Planet and or Mr. Sunday Movies. He said it was like another podcast channel. He said could be Spider-Man. But I'm like,
I don't
that
believe
would make
it's-
sense, but I don't think they'd kill Spider-Man off this.
Spider-Man's
Well,
only
there's
just been introduced.
Yeah, but I think more so than anything else, like the very next movie that comes as part of Phase 4 is Spider-Man Homecoming 2.
Yeah.
So, or Spider-Man 2. So they're not going to kill him off, but they could do something where there is an argument to say like he could be severely injured and he needs maybe the Iron Spider
Yeah.
suit to just keep him walking, and maybe he's paralyzed. But they've very done that with War Machine. So who knows?
Yeah.
There could be a number of things.
But there's a lot of things. I also like the background of that looked a bit weird as well, where it's just like it was all orangey, and I'm like, that could be like a fucked up Earth of that shot, or it could be another planet.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm assuming
It could be one of the other planets where, spoiler alert for the very ending of that trailer, the Guardians go to.
I think it's a spoiler. Again, it's a trailer.
Yeah.
If something's in a trailer, it's not a spoiler.
Yeah, I think they'll be going to Earth anyways. I think there's a couple of things you could throw around with Doctor Strange and
I want more Doctor
different reality
Strange.
stuff.
I do.
I need
It is
Doctor
interesting
Strange,
seeing all the different team ups they show in this trailer
Mm.
because it's like they're not like, all right, Captain America, Iron Man, they're back at it again.
There's
It's
three
like,
different distinct groups.
Yeah. and there's so many awesome things. Like I like all the stuff they show you of Wakanda, and they show you that massive action scene, which is a war literally with just
Everyone
like.
just running. Yeah.
I was like,
Pretty much.
It's essentially
With Captain America's glorious new floopy hair.
yeah, and his Panther gauntlets
and his
Yeah.
beard.
his
Yeah.
beard, he's fucking.
And he no longer
snake.
represents America because that's all blacked out.
I know.
Yeah.
He's now Captain
Captain
Black.
Captain Wakanda.
Captain Wakanda. Captain Africa.
I love that. I love that scene.
Finally, I feel represented.
I love that scene where it has Black Chitala and he's just like,
Get this man a
get
shit.
this man the shield. And
Yeah,
I'm
I
like,
got hard. when
yeah, I
saw
was like,
that. Yeah.
and they're like, that chick was one of the Blackguard.
The Blackwater.
Yeah, Blackguard. That's it. Throws a trident at Captain America. He's just like, no bang. What? and
Fight me, bitch.
then he walks at Scarlet, which is just like, oh, he's alive.
So, just query, did you guys see the leaked version of the
No,
Comic-Con
I
or
didn't see the point.
D23 ones?
Possibly?
No, I didn't see the leak.
Was it the one where it was like people were like, "Oh my god," and they were screaming like
Well,
crazy?
the only one that was leaked.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
I saw a bit of
you
it.
can't hear any of the audio because every time a scene it goes to a different shot in the trailer,
People
Yeah.
screaming.
it's like,
Yeah.
I saw a bit of it, but I didn't actually bother because I thought I was like, "Oh, I'll watch it later," because I didn't realize.
Oh, so you didn't see the whole thing?
No.
Okay, well, if you do happen to find a version of that on the internet,
It's-
this is pretty much version 2 of that trailer. There's not much
Yeah.
different in here.
Yeah.
The last couple scenes are where the war, like the old battle scenes. They're new, but everything else is fairly carbon copy from that, which is
Yeah.
fine because that was a closed doors trailer. But yeah,
Yeah.
this is definitely like teaser material.
I like. There's a good trailer. It's not
Good
like
trailer.
it's not like a 90-second trailer. It's a 2.5 minute trailer.
Yeah.
And just lots of I love the shot where Spider-Man's on the bus. It's like
Spider
Oh, yeah.
he gets Spider Sense, and then he's like, "Oh,
senses.
Spider Sense! I wonder what." Oh, there's the big ring in the back. He's just like,
Spider Sense, you could be a little bit more subtle next time.
Yeah.
'Cause that's an obvious thing.
and we see him in the new Spider-Man suit.
Yeah,
as well, and I'm
Iron
like,
Spider.
oh yeah,
Which looks smexy AF.
yeah. I was like, oh yeah, what does everyone think of Thanos, like with his appearance?
Funky.
I
Like,
actually love it. I think it looks awesome.
I'm not sure why. I think it's because, like, the only representation I've seen of him, including in that teaser end credit scene, he's had a very distinct jaw.
Yes.
It still has the jaw.
But it's like
It's
very
got,
much.
it's got all the lines.
But it's more humanoid
He
looking.
looks a lot like Josh Brolin and like overtly like Josh Brolin,
yeah.
which is fine.
I feel that's like because like he's a very
But-
good actor, and I think they want like he can do menacing very well on his own. So I'm like, let's probably bring that likeness into the character.
Well, yeah, but for my taste was like I would feel more like because I'm having a little bit of problem with the way they've CGI'd him up because he does look a lot like Josh Brolin, which is fine.
yeah.
But if this is supposed to be the big baddie that we've been dealing with for the past almost 20 films
Yeah.
or leading up to. I kind of wouldn't be averse to the idea of just being Josh Brolin in her makeup
I was thinking about that.
and being on stilts or something to make him look
Yeah.
super intimidating and messy because he's a big man anyways. I feel like that would give me slightly more of a connection to him because the only
Yeah.
problem that I have with the MCU so far is that they haven't really actually talked Thanos up that much.
Yeah.
Which,
Yeah, no,
you know,
Actually,
they really haven't.
he's
Like,
been in the back burner of everything though.
yeah, but like not really.
Like,
Like he had a scene in Guardians, which was the first time that we actually saw him in action.
well, Guardians, like every second word of dialogue was related to Thanos though. It was like Thanos is.
But
gonna
you don't
do
know
this.
who he is or
Yeah.
like in terms of
Yeah, but
film.
Like we know, like here's the thing, like
Yeah.
we know because we know about the comics. We know that he
Yeah.
in the comic he literally just destroys Earth.
Yeah.
Like done,
He
bye,
is-
war over. So like in a second.
Yeah.
So and the only reason that that's far is because of Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
But for those who don't know, and for me coming into a cinematic universe, they haven't actually talked him up that much. That's why I'm glad. This is
Yeah.
one of the very few times I'm glad they're making 2 films.
Yeah.
Because the first one can be all about the despair of Thanos and really showing how much of a threat he is.
Yeah.
And then the second one can be actually about him overcoming.
I do remember that, but I also chalked up they wanted to keep mystery around him. Because something's
Fair enough.
scarier and more threatening if you don't know everything about
Well, that's why I'm glad they're making it 2, so they can
Yeah.
now actually take that
Yeah.
mystery and show us,
'Cause-
like, clearly, here's why he's a problem,
Yeah.
here's why the Avengers are underpowered against
Yeah.
him.
So, like, even if, like, from everything we've seen from Thanos so far is just he is feared. Like
Yes.
as soon as someone mentions Thanos, they're like,
Oh boy.
like, what are you doing?
The Mad Titan.
Everyone who's gone
Yeah.
up against him so far has been defeated.
Absolutely.
Because
Yeah.
Ronan went up against him, and even though Thanos didn't kill him, like Thanos was like, "Oh, you boy." Loki. Even when Loki had an Infinity Stone, Loki didn't feel up to taking on Thanos.
Well, Thanos, he was working for Thanos.
Yeah, but there was like the whole like, he's working for him because he knows that Thanos could squish him like a bug, even with an Infinity Stone, and like all that shit. And so like I like that they've kept him mysterious until now. Like in terms of design, I love what Thanos looks like.
Yeah.
I do. The CGI can be fixed up a bit, but I do chalk that up to early trailer CGI.
There could be that, but also
Yeah.
I was very impressed with the scene that he put the Space Stone on the gauntlet, and when that because that's all CGI as well. That entire scene, I was like, whoa, that actually looks mighty fine.
Yeah.
In terms of overall CGI.
I think the thing that also makes Thanos just awesome is just Josh Brolin's voice.
Yes.
That
I love his voice.
I just love that line where he's just like,
I'm very excited for him. I know this is Infinity War, but I'm really excited for him to be Cable as well because he's gonna rock that. He's gonna rock that role as well. Which I love, by the way, that he can be in both.
We all know Deadpool's gonna make a joke about that. It's be like,
100. I would be disappointed if they don't.
I thought you killed like Iron Man one time.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean? He's like, you're a big purple guy. Like,
I love that.
I would love for that.
It will happen, and I'm very excited to see how they're going to do it
Yeah.
because he always addresses like the dual timelines, like which one, Stewart or
Yes,
Stewart or
Stewart or
McAvoy.
McAvoy, yeah.
I love it. Like those little. Anyway, yeah. It's nice because we see, for example, like they've told us it's going to be a kind of a heist film.
Yeah.
Which like Ocean's 11 kind of thing, which is cool.
We also know
we see he already has 3 Infinity Stones.
2. Two.
Well, 2, but we see him also taking the one out of Visions.
Well, they do the
So,
thing.
yeah,
but
you never
they
know.
do
It could
the
be
thing.
interrupted.
Also,
Yeah.
I was thinking like about the because you see a shot of Vision just getting stabbed in their head.
In the head, yeah.
And you're just like, yeah, he's fucked. And
Yeah.
I was thinking like, I'm waiting for everyone to be like, Spider! It's like, come on.
I don't think anyone has actually said that because we all kind of like.
Yes, I was
He's
waiting.
gone.
I was like, because once everyone was like, hey, he's made from an infinite. Yeah, he's gone.
I feel like that's why everyone was kind of. I think that's why they probably put in the trailer.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
everyone kind of knows.
The only one where I'm like,
and it's a dramatic scene, so that's just.
the only one I'm worried about
Yeah.
is Doctor Strange now. So I'm just like, he has an Infinity Stone as well.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
like,
time zone,
I'm just
yeah.
like, please, like,
Not the Cumberbitch.
yeah, like he's new.
Imagine there'll be 1,000 Cumberbitches screaming all at once.
We also see
and suddenly
we also see a human. We also see a human version of Vision as well.
Yeah, that was cool.
Which is I was unexpected as well.
And
Like, I didn't
we-
realise that
We
was
also
him
see
the
that
first
I'm
time.
pretty sure that him and Scarlet Witch have gone to the Bone Zone now.
There
thing.
is there was also, I don't know if you guys said, there was a casting call put out for 2 twins, twin children. So the general assumption is that that's going to be Wanda and Vision's children, which does happen in the comics.
Yeah.
There is some production
there has been-
logistics around that as well, because generally speaking, when a production studio hires a child actor, they need 2, they'll actually hire twins.
Yeah.
Because they just get it from one.
Yeah.
It's all logistically makes more sense. So it could just be that, but a lot of speculation around there being 2 for the children.
Yeah.
That was
Also,
only recent as well.
like, what is like? I'm pretty sure there's a pretty big time gap between the last MCU film, which Thor Ragnarok is.
The most recent.
Yeah, and that's probably I think just before this.
That's pretty much like if there was going to be a prologue cold open for Avengers Infinity War, it would be the end credit scene for.
I think the time skip from but I think there's a massive time gap between Age of Ultron and this Avengers movie because Civil War.
What do you mean Civil War? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think there's actually a pretty big time gap here because again like Captain America looks different now. He's got that sick beard and the sick floopy doopy.
And we all know it takes years to grow a beard. So.
Yeah, and
I think the biggest time gap is actually between Guardians 2 and Infinity War, because Guardians 2 takes place in 2014.
Yeah, exactly.
So now we got that. Now that Groot has aged up a bit, he's now adolescent Groot.
Yeah, like.
Which will be fun.
the post credits with him as teenage Groot.
Yeah.
That is I think just
Beautiful.
before Infinity War.
Oh,
There
right.
would be. I would imagine like the very next scene is Thor crashing into their ship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all there. We'll talk about what we see Thor in. Thor does not look like he's in a good spot at the moment. Which
No, because he's people in.
I at least believe I'm
is
pretty sure the
explode.
opening of this film is going to be his ship and Thanos just because we saw the post credit with his
Either
ship.
that or
Loki.
the name's going off my head. It was there like a second ago.
Hulk?
Yeah, I'll come back to me. But it'll either be that, which I think might be secondary.
Yeah.
I think the first one that's the Nova Core.
Ah.
I feel like that's the first one because we see he has the Power Stone
Yeah.
on his glove
Yeah, so
already.
Nova Prime's gone.
So my thought is that the first thing, it'll be like between him showing up at the end of Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah.
He's already taken on the Nova Core.
Yeah.
He's already got that stone.
Yeah.
He goes and he gets the space
Actually,
gem from...
that would be a great
Loki.
opening scene, is having
Yes.
him just wreck Nova Prime.
I feel like that's a really good way to establish his intimidation.
Yeah. And have them be... Because they're all like, Thanos is a bad...
Yeah,
He's bad
they all
at
know
you.
about him.
Yeah,
Well, those
and-
folks on Earth don't know who
Oh,
he is.
yeah.
So if he shows up just like, oh yeah, thanks for the stone.
Bye.
And then we also see that really interesting shot, which I think a lot of people are like, oh, that's Loki's betrayal, but I think it can be taken in multiple ways. Is the scene where, like, so there's a bunch of dead bodies, which I'm believing are Asgardians.
That's not him.
Oh, really?
Stepping over those dead bodies. That's one of the Black Water.
Oh, okay.
Because I did a cross-reference thing where I had the Comic-Con photo of the Black Water.
Oh.
The pants and the way
Yeah.
that there's a little cape part that comes down and
Yeah.
suits one of the guys.
Oh, okay.
Is the Brainiac dude of
Oh,
the
yes.
Black Water. So
I'm glad
he's from there.
I'm glad the Black Order's going to be, because I figured they would be like, we've already got enough characters.
Yeah, I'm
Let's
glad
just have
that they're
Thanos, and I'm like,
fleshing him out.
Black Order would be cool to have.
Yeah, because that kind of suits more the whole Ocean's 11.
It also gives everyone
idea.
more chance of
Have a one-on-one.
more.
Yeah.
Yeah, it gives people
Yeah.
more people to fight except for Thanos, because like
If you had all the Avengers on Thanos, it would be.
I actually do believe that. I mean, Thanos is still a pretty powerful dude, but even then, I feel like
Thanos
he's
could-
overwhelmed.
no, Thanos can rival
Without the gauntlet, yes.
with
Yes.
well,
Maybe.
the directors have hinted that Thanos' power throughout the entire MCU has been growing. That's why he hasn't done anything. And they said at the moment he could go 1-to-1 with Hulk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's how without Infinity he can 1-to-1
Yeah,
Hulk.
and the thing is, like, he doesn't need all the Infinity Gems to use
be
the
powerful.
gauntlet. He can use that gauntlet as soon as he has one.
Yeah,
two, then use
and
those
we see that he has
individual
the
powers.
space and time. He
How
has
many stones are
space knowledge.
6.
Yeah.
Sick.
So
One of them
for-
hasn't been found yet.
Yeah, the soul one. So we have to imagine as well that the way that he appears, the portal on Earth, is him using the space stone.
Yeah.
Like, that's him immediately, boom, traveling
Yeah,
through space.
and also you see it destroying the area around it as well, because all the houses around the ring are like crumbling apart.
Well,
and
that's the machinery, but I mean,
Yeah.
just when he steps out of a portal,
Yeah.
that's without any ship, that's like without any kind of
Yeah.
portal gate. That's just him using the space gem. So just the idea of being able to boof, 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 boof
Yeah.
between locations,
Yeah.
that's him just using the space gem without any other gems.
And then he gets the
stone,
knowledge stone, and then he gets the
Mind Stone.
Mind Stone. So he has the power to manipulate minds, and he has the power to
That's assuming he gets that from Vision.
yeah.
And then he gets the power gem, power stone from Nova Core.
Wait.
So that leaves 3 unaccounted for. One's in with Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other one is
In hiding.
The Grandmaster's got it. Not Grandmaster. Collector.
no, that's
Yes.
that's-
No,
oh
Collector.
yeah, that's right. That's the
Yeah.
reality gem,
Yeah.
reality stone, and then we've got the missing soul stone.
Yeah.
Is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
5, 6.
6?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think
Yeah.
reality's the biggest one.
Yeah,
Am I
reality's the
mistaken?
biggest
Was
one.
that
It's the red one, yeah.
Was that the mind one?
No, I
Red-
think the red one.
is
The
red
mine was
reality?
tiny. It's like one of the.
Oh yeah, but I mean, those things are not set on their form. Like you saw the Tesseract go from
Oh,
a massive
yeah.
little cube to a little stone like this.
Yeah.
So who knows what sizes they could be.
Yeah.
But I feel like,
I think
I'm
it's
pretty sure if
reality.
I remember correctly that the red is the big one in the
Yeah.
middle.
But anyway, so we see a shot of Loki with the Tesseract, so that confirms he did swipe it from Thor Ragnarok.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which that's why I didn't say too much on the. It is the Mind Stone.
Oh, is it?
Oh, it could be the time. Time is the biggest one.
Oh yeah, because it's yeah.
Yeah,
haven't calculated.
I mean, that's why I didn't say too much when we were talking about did or didn't Loki swipe it, because in the leaked trailer,
Yeah.
that scene was in there, so
Yeah.
I didn't want to say too much.
And also, and like
Yeah.
that scene I think can be taken in multiple ways. Where Loki's holding out the Tesseract, and it's like because also Loki doesn't look like he's in a good shape either.
No,
he's been through the ring.
He's sobbing as well.
Yeah, so it's like
I do think it is him passing up to Thanos, but I think there's more to the character
I
there.
think it'd be taken as either he is like, well, I'm gonna die if I don't do this, and we do know that Loki is above all else does care about himself more than anyone else. So he'd be like, all right, cool, here's a Tesseract, or I think it's like okay, I'm gonna do this now, like, and then I'm gonna see if I can screw over Thanos
Yeah.
from within and stuff. But I feel like Thanos like, oh yeah, thanks for the time stone.
Yeah, I feel like Thanos is going to look at that and say, like, listen, you failed me at the first Avengers movie.
Yeah.
I ain't working with you again.
Yeah.
I do feel like this could either be...
This could be Loki's
This
death.
could be Loki's death, exactly. Which would be
His proper death.
a nice way to again show
Yeah.
the threat of... Because you need a death or
Because
two.
nobody's
here
died
to
in
show his-
MCU except for Phil Coulson came back in Agents of Shield.
Well, they said
Nobody
anyone's
except
Quicksilver.
for Quicksilver.
Yeah.
But that was the only person that meant anything to was Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
And it was a good death because, again, Scarlet Witch I love Scarlet Witch. I think she's a great character. But no one's died.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure because this is Infinity War, the proper way to establish that Thanos means business is to show him act off some Avengers, because I think
Vision's gone, obviously.
Yeah.
And whether there's some contingency about how he could come back, who knows?
I think also Vision's probably the most overpowered of all of them, and the good way to show how strong Thanos is to have him be like, well, we're taking you the fuck out.
That and I'd say maybe even Hulk will be like, hey, I'm the brains, I don't want to be Hulk anymore because this might happen.
We see him Hulk out though.
Do we?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no, yeah.
But we also see him in his banner form, which we didn't know was going to be a thing after what happened in...
I figured that it's just like...
Well, not that he died, because because in the comics, even if Banner dies, Hulk basically puts them back together.
Yeah.
But my thought was that there was a lot of saying in Ragnarok that, hey, if I Hulk up one more time, I might not be able to come back.
Yeah.
So the fact that he is back immediately...
He's also back in New York as well.
Yeah.
He's back in New York from the trailer as well. Which is odd. We're like, ooh, how did he get back there? Ooh.
He had fallen from a great height into the Sanctorium.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I like how they're all just like,
excuse me, hi? What? And then somehow Tony Stark's there and is like, oh yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I'll get some clothes.
Yeah. and then we see that something goes down. I feel like that happens at the same time as when Spider-Man sees the ring portal, because that's
because there's that scene where he walks out.
And Tony Stark's like, what is happening?
I honestly feel like 90% of this trailer comes from the first 45 minutes of the movie.
Yeah,
which is great.
I'm excited about
that. Which I really like that idea. That even if there's that war scene at the money shots and stuff like that.
To be honest, I don't think that's towards the end. I think that's maybe a midway.
Exactly what I was thinking. I feel like that's more of a midway kind of establishing threat battle.
Yeah.
Which I really like the idea of, and I hope that they keep going on that path. Because honestly, if this is going to be the biggest confrontation of the MCU, I don't need to see any of that. I'm sold already.
Yeah. We were sold on just title. We were like Avengers 3 Infinity War. Yeah, we're good.
Quite honestly, like
and the promise of actually seeing Thanos do some shit. Yeah. That's all we needed. We were like,
honestly,
and the Infinity Gauntlet as well.
No.
The Infinity Gauntlet.
Well, yeah, Thanos do some shit.
Yeah.
Which apparently is the name of
Infinity Gauntlet. Yeah.
Really?
Which is odd. I think it'd be the other way around.
I
thought it would be Infinity Gauntlet and then Infinity War, but that's just a misspeak by Zoe Saldana. So I don't know if that's actually the case.
I think what it might be though is like Infinity War of her. So this is like the beginning of the war.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure this movie's going to end with Thanos filling the gauntlet and being like, well,
yes,
I'm God, and then the movie's going to end. It's just be like it's going to be. I really, because the MCU hasn't had its depressing end yet, where it's just like, where it's like the heroes have actually faced something they can't take down, and the trailer gives that vibe. The trailer's like this, like, cause at the opening, how it gives Nick Fury speech, but it's different members of the Avengers saying it, and they're all saying it in solemn voices. They're just like. It's like,
which I really like.
I was like,
I do. I really like it.
You should have a look at I know that you've already seen the main trailer, of course, but you should go back and see the teaser for the teaser, because that's quite moving as well.
Yeah. For the teaser.
The only other, I think the only film that really came to that close to affecting that kind of emotion was probably Civil War.
Yeah.
Which I still think had a better trailer.
Oh,
personally.
Yeah. I still. But I have
to remember that this is still a teaser trailer. This isn't the first.
I still think
official trailer.
This is the first theatrical. I think.
No, this is definitely a teaser trailer.
I still remember the first. My favorite MCU trailer so far has been the first Ultron trailer. That really dark trailer that was just.
Oh yeah, the Pikachu one.
Yeah. It was just like
the Pikachu. Oh fuck me.
Yeah.
Danny.
Pikachu. Why'd you say Pikachu?
Pikachu one, a Pinocchio one.
Yeah.
Got no strings on me. Not
Pikachu.
And you see like everyone looking like, oh,
this is
we're all gonna die.
Yeah.
I'm hoping, and the movie didn't really turn out like that, which I'm fine with. Second Avengers movie, I get it, but I feel like the third and the first of the Infinity Avengers movie, we need that. We need some Avengers to die to begin with.
I'm very happy for this to be like a legit dark movie.
Yeah, and or at least not as like dark. I don't mean like fucking Warner Brothers DC, Batman v Superman dark, because that was over dramatic.
Well, I'm happy for this one to be. It needs to establish the threat of Thanos, because it hasn't really. Yeah. Really, it's shown us about Thanos, and those who know the character knows what we're up against.
We've been told he's a big deal. We haven't been shown he's a big deal.
Exactly, and the only reason that we know that he's such a big deal is because we've done further reading, or because we know about the comics. But the average Joe around there doesn't really know why this big purple guy, this big purple overgrown grape, is going to be such a threat.
Yeah.
And then that's when you need the first one to kind of show, well, here's the dire straits of what Thanos is. Yeah. And the second one can be a little bit more lighthearted than you.
Also, like, you see some great shots of, like, Spider-Man being pinned down by Thanos, just with one arm, like, and Spider-Man's like, yeah, I wasn't prepared for Vulture. Now I'm fighting an intergalactic alien who like
the natural
who literally just king hit Iron Man across a field. Because Iron Man, like you can see Iron Man's that shot where his helmet looks up, and even through the mechanical eyes, you're seeing like, yeah, Iron Man is like, I'm done. Like this is it. And then like Thanos just pounds him into the ground. And you're like,
so that
it's gonna be good. I feel like that could be. I think that might be the final action scene, maybe, or the New York action scene, maybe.
I'm playing with the idea in my head of Iron Man even going out.
I think
because I feel
one of Iron Man or Captain America.
Yes,
one of them
definitely one of them is gone. I think for the up until now, the biggest talk has been, well, Cappy is going to die.
Yeah,
but I even playing with the idea in my head that even Tony Stark going.
Yeah,
I think could really set a big.
I would like that.
Precedent. I would as well.
And we're also I also think that Rob Downey Jr. he's a bit of an artistic actor. I don't think he wants to be doing this forever. Like he doesn't want to be Iron Man. Same with Chris Evans. He doesn't want to be Captain America forever.
Well, he actually almost left after
Ultron.
After
Civil War.
No, after Winter Soldier, he was happy to start directing.
Yeah,
and he only.
And then Marvel was like, "Please do it. We have some really cool ideas for your character."
Yeah. So I mean, I think that
I feel like at the end of Infinity War, at least one of Cap or Iron Man.
I think the safer bet is that Cap will go because then that leaves Bucky or to take over the mantle.
But we've got even then if they don't use Bucky, we've also got Falcon in comics. And in the comics at the moment,
so Falcon or Bucky. America. So that leaves that open.
Cool.
To take over the mantle of Captain America or Captain Africa, whichever one we've decided on.
Yeah.
I think it'll be if they want to take a risk, if they really want to be explicit and hey, big deal, fellas.
Yeah.
Is take Iron Man out or take them both out because we have to remember this is the end of this cycle of Avengers, and they're going to pave the way for the new Avengers coming after this. So
like the new trainers,
Vision. It also makes me happy.
No, I mean like a completely new slate.
That's what
talking about Captain Marvel, talking about the twins.
That's what makes me happy is because Kevin Feige address is like, well, it's like a comic book. Characters never stay alive forever. Like there's always new. Just because Captain America dies doesn't mean there's no more Captain America.
Yeah.
Just another Captain America comes up. Or it's like, just because the current line of Avengers gets wiped out, there's a new lineup of Avengers. So we're going to treat the cinematic universe that way. I'm like, yes! Because that's the best thing about comics. It's like, oh, what's this version of Avengers like? Alright, cool, let's have a look. And then so if they do it with movies, it's like, alright, that's what, was it? Avengers Age of Ultron did really well. With at the end where it's like where they all go their separate ways, but it's got Captain America and Scarlett Johansson like, all right, let's go train the new guys, and it's just War Machine, Falcon, Vision, and Scarlet Witch. You're like, oh, new lineup of Avengers.
And you're getting excited for what this new team could do, and then they showed us a lot of what they could in Civil War. And now we're going to see more of what they can do with the new additions that they've had since then. Like
it's also good because this is going to build off a lot from Civil War because a lot of the heroes ended off like.
Yeah, a lot of them are still not.
We're enemies, and again, I'm really keen to see what Captain America. Because Captain America is my favorite character in the entire. He's always been my favorite from not from the first Captain America movie. I was like, he is awesome, but not my favorite. And then Winter Soldier came out.
Winter Soldier is one of my favorites.
I'm like, he's probably my favorite. And then Civil War, I'm like, Captain America is he's my boy. And then
I mean, like. I'm interested to see where they take that.
Curious to see the Solid Snake Captain America because
he
looks a lot like Snake now.
Yeah, he does. All he needs is the
his suit also looks like the stealth suit from Metal Gear Solid. I'm just like
he does a bit, yeah.
Yeah, I was like Snake.
He's
become Snake.
He just needs a little bit longer hair.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah. He needs a bit of a ponytail.
He looks like he's got that grizzleness about him now. He's just like
angriness.
I don't serve any nation except for Wakanda. Wakanda's pretty cool.
So I can see this going two ways, at least in my mind. I can see the Cap dying, and I agree with you. One of them will die. I think one of them has to die.
Yeah,
and I'll be quite disappointed.
I also thought Thor maybe, but I'm like, there's no. If someone's going to die, you can usually see the replacement character in the way. So like with Captain America, we've got Bucky. They've put a lot of emphasis on Bucky, so I'm like, I feel like when he dies, because Bucky's no longer a villain, he's full hero now.
Yeah, he's a buddy.
He would take it up because in comics he does take it up, and also Iron Man's got Spider-Man. He's kind of the replacement Iron Man in terms of like he's trained at Spider-Man a bit. Like Spider-Man is his.
You've got the whole Parker Industries idea as well, so you can always extend.
Exactly, yeah. So it's like, and they've also shown that this Peter Parker's a pretty smart dude, and like. So like they've got replacements. It's like I did think Thor could be one to bite the dust. But I'm like he doesn't have a replacement character at the moment, so it's like, And I think they've
They
just
have a legacy.
yeah, and I think they've just started something new with Thor that I don't think they're willing to end.
Yeah.
But they are willing to put him through some hell from this trailer because there's that show where he's like pulling two things together and
He's
like,
doing his Captain America moment.
Yeah, it was like-
I saw that and I was like,
It's like Chris Hemsworth looks at it and it's like, well, Chris got to show off his muscles. Why can't I? My muscles are bigger. Like, fine, I'll give you a moment.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Chris said to Chris, hey
Chris said to
Chris,
Chris.
can
Chris
I
said to
can I
Chris.
do a Chris?
Yeah, both
Yeah.
my muscles are bigger than this other Chris dude.
Yeah.
Why am I not in the Avengers universe? I
shit.
fit right in
Oh
there.
my
There's
God.
three Chris's in this
Chris
universe.
Hemsworth, Chris
Yes.
Pratt, and Chris, what's the other one?
Evans.
Chris
It's,
Evans.
it's actually nuts.
Oh my God, that's
so-
incredible.
I
Yeah, I
just
know.
picture where it's like on the set of Infinity War. It's like, all right, Chris, and then all three of them are like, yeah.
Yes.
I just did my scene. Like, no, go away, Evans.
I'm waiting for like Avengers 5 and it was like Avengers 5. Chris.
That's the one thing, and I do kind of
Deadpool's gonna do that.
You would, yeah.
I would hope.
I do kind of implore that anyone who goes and sees Infinity War does keep a somewhat open mind to how the movie's going to end because
This is part 1. Essentially.
yes and no, because I have said that it is part 1, but they are doing it as if it's not like it's not one big movie cut into two. It's two movies that link together.
It will have a conclusion because we have to understand that there are about 2 or 3 movies that come in between Infinity War and whatever part 2 will be. You've got Ant-Man and the Wasp and you've got Captain Marvel. So and they're going to take place in the same timeline as what's happening there. So they'll take place after what happens in Infinity War.
Yeah.
So it has to have some level of a conclusion
Yeah.
that leaves a space open for these characters to have their films before the second part comes along.
Yeah.
I described it as like a Two Towers. So it's like the battle for Helm's Deep has finished,
Yeah.
the battle for Middle-earth has just begun kind
That's
of thing.
actually
So
a
it's
really
kind of
good
like
way to put it.
Yeah.
this little thing has happened.
Yeah.
It was a big epic thing, but not as
Avengers
incredible
4 will be
as,
the end of the Infinity arc. That's
Yeah.
when Thanos will be defeated. Like,
And that's the end of phase 3.
Yeah.
And that's when phase 4 will start. And we have to accept phase 4 is pretty much a clean sweep.
yeah.
And actually, I think Kevin Feige's come out and said after phase 3, we're not doing phases anymore. We're just basically starting again.
Yeah.
And so that's why I say I see
They're
this going
essentially
two
they're
ways.
essentially doing Justice League not because they have to, because they're trying to keep interest. They're just like, well, people don't want to keep seeing Captain America and Iron Man. Like,
They
so we're
like
gonna-
the
we're gonna-
characters, but they get a bit tired.
We're gonna do new things, and I'm glad that Marvel's not oblivious to that shit. They're just like, no, we're gonna do new things.
And so that's why I see this going either one of two ways. Either that Cap dies, and then we've got Bucky take over that role.
Which I love.
Moving
Winter
on
Soldier is my
into-
second. Winter Soldier's my second favorite character.
Moving on to the next phase, or we've got... And then Iron Man goes off and starts doing maybe more of a mentoring role for the new Avengers or for the new characters that come through because he is that kind of character. Or B, Iron Man dies and Cap retires.
Yeah.
Because he's in that point in the character as well where he's like, his allegiances have really been shaken.
Yeah.
And so he could totally just fade in the back and say, I'm happy to find an African wife and just chill and
Do you know?
the rest
I
of
just
my life.
realized, and it's going to be a really nice, heartwarming scene in either this Avengers movie or the fourth one.
Yeah.
Iron Man's going to give Captain America a shield.
Yes, I'm waiting for that.
He's going to be like, here's your shield. And it's just going to be like, are you sure? He's like, yeah.
I'm actually-
and there's going to be like, the music's going to be like, dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, also one of the
Like,
greatest things. Also, is anyone... Because I kind of saw, when I first saw Cap's kind of Wakanda gauntlets,
Yeah.
I thought those as kind of like mini expendable shields.
Yeah. Just
Like they can just expand out into like 2 of them.
I love it's just like, get this man a shield. And like the R&D person's just like, we don't have shield. We'll get him something else.
I just, like, that's totally good.
Yeah.
I just can't get over his accent.
And also,
His accent's so good.
that money shot at towards it, which again, the green screening does need a bit of cleaning up.
Yeah.
But again, early trailer.
Yeah.
That money shot where it's got Captain America, Black Widow, and the chick from Black Panther, Falcon, War Machine, and Hulk.
What's it called?
yeah.
Taj Mahal. It's Taj something. It's basically the bodyguard.
One of the warrior,
Yeah.
both running at the camera with an army of Wakandans behind them. You're just like,
Fuck yes. And you got War Machine and
Falcon.
Falcon in the back.
Yeah.
Fucking Hulk. And it's like, it's Black Widow in the back and it's saying, oh, Steve, your hair's so beautiful.
Just like they
I
always.
tried to get my hair to look like yours. It didn't quite work.
Well, it's just like I like seeing where it's just like because everyone we've all seen like the jokes where it's like everyone ogles at Scarlett Johansson on set in those movies where it's just like.
I like how it's going to switch around for Chris Evans now.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's like, oh yeah, it's all just fun and games. I'm like, don't lie, Scarlett Johansson. You probably you're like, oh, that's a fine booty over there. Or, that's another fine booty. And then Elizabeth Olsen, everyone's just like, everyone else is just like, hello, Elizabeth Olsen, how are you?
But she wears more flattering, less revealing
Which one's
clothing.
Elizabeth Olsen?
Scarlet Witch.
Ah, I butchered that name, but
Yeah.
Elizabeth Olsen. Elizabeth Olsen.
Also, what do you guys think about blonde hair, Black Widow?
looks cool.
I think it looks rad.
I like it.
Yeah, I don't mind. I think that I don't mind it too much as well because it makes sense because she's meant to be on the cover as well.
Yeah.
She's meant to be
We're looking for a redhead. We don't know where she went.
Yeah. There's not many redheads out there, so it's easy to find.
So I like to despite like the government's like, sir, what if she changed her? No, she would never change her hair. She's a redhead.
Also, I'm a bit curious. What happened?
Redheads can't change their
What
hair.
happened to Ant-Man? Ant-Man
He was in superhero prison.
Was he?
Yeah, along with Falcon and.
I assume that he's broken age. He's not in the trailer.
Well, we see at the end of Captain America: Civil War that he basically comes back for it.
Yeah.
So we're assuming they're out, but we just don't see him in the trailer.
Yeah.
But he'll be around.
Same with Hawkeye. There's no Hawkeye in Australia either. Which I think also Hawkeye is probably
Which has a sweet mohawk now, by the way.
Yeah.
Did you see the Vanity Fair photos?
No.
Go on VanityFair.com, and there's a whole bunch of photos that they've released of all the cast, and there's a couple of really sweet changes.
Oh, sweet.
I mean,
So is
Nick
that
Fury's
like
back.
is that like a confirmed thing, meaning that they're going to be in the film?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, also, Hawkeye is probably a possible death as well. I feel like they've done all they can with Hawkeye. I don't think there's much else you can do.
Yeah, I feel like he's a bit of a grounding mechanism for Scarlett Johansson though. So I don't know. They totally could, but I feel like his death. The thing is, like, he's such a quote unquote. He's not useless, but he's a quote.
He's the human.
He's quote unquote useless character that if they killed him off, people would be like, okay.
Yeah.
It's
So
like,
I feel like there'll be enough there.
I think there'd be a bit more because they did really build on him in Avengers 2.
Yeah, but also people used to hate those scenes in Avengers.
Yeah.
So I
do
feel
I
like
like the one who
I
did,
like
like,
it.
secret
I love
hideout?
those scenes.
The what?
The secret hideout.
Yeah. That's what I mean.
Yeah, that was cute.
A lot
That
of
was
people don't
sweet.
like those scenes because of it's such a break, but I don't mind it too much. But I think for the most part,
to be
people
honest-
look at that scene as a bit of a misstep.
I think, to be honest,
So-
I think my favourite scene in the entire movie is the farm scene.
Right.
Because everything there is awesome character development.
Yeah.
You see the beginning of Iron Man and Captain America's, like, true feud where it's just, like, each of them being like, no, I did this because of this, and that's why, and it's just, like... And then you see them and then you see that awesome scene where Captain America just, like, rips them fucking log in
Which
half.
made me hard immediately.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Like, he does it out of mad... Like, not like, oh, he's just like...
Yeah, I know. I love
What?
it.
And you just, like...
Fight me without your armor, bitch.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll end our news bit there. Because we talked about Avengers. There's a lot to talk about in that trailer. It was a good trailer.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about the main topic of this podcast. So we all saw Justice League. There's a lot of messages.
Whoa.
A lot of capital.
That is a lot of
Yeah.
capitals.
Anyway, so yeah, Justice League, we all saw it. We all got opinions, like everyone else does.
Yeah.
But we're going to be giving us a Justice League review, but we also, just because that'd be a fun thing to do, we're going to be doing which one's better, Justice League or the first Avengers movie? Now,
Oh boy.
before anyone gets all mad, because it is a bit, considering universe, it is a bit unfair because just Avengers League did have more movies to set up.
Mm-hmm.
Movies based on movies as a whole, so no universe backing them up, just as a movie, which one is better? But we'll do the review first. It's kind of more of a case study to see, like, you know, this is how another team up movie was done. This is how another one was done. One is better. Alright, so Justice League. What was the Justice League about? Someone tell us what the Justice League was about.
Does anyone really know what the Justice League
It
was
was
about?
a league of justice.
Danny, you're officially fired from the Ramblers.
Alright.
No.
I'm gonna go eat my lunch now.
No. So yeah, Justice League. I don't even remember. It's just like
Bringing people together to fight a common cause.
big CGI villain
Come
stepping.
together.
Yeah.
Right, no.
Oh yeah.
That's the greatest credit song.
That was great.
Anyway, so Steppenwolf.
Which is a song about sex.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
and peace.
Yeah.
But anyway, Steppenwolf, big CGI villain number 42 for the DCCU or DCEU.
Wait, really?
Yeah, it's called the DCEU.
What's the EU mean?
Extended
Oh,
universe.
extended.
Well, actually, technically, it's not the DCEU, but they haven't given us another name, so fuck you, I'm still going to call it DCEU.
Sorry for that random noise. Anyway, so yeah, DC. So he comes to Earth. He wants his mother boxes. Batman's like, oh no, and finds
These
some.
boxes are full of money.
Yeah.
You can't take the money boxes.
And then he forms a League of Justice with one person he knows. Well then,
Oh, that's great. Grade A podcasting, right? Yeah.
god damn it!
What the fuck is that?
It's the shower.
Someone's having a shower.
So when you turn on the shower, if the pressure's not high enough, it starts
That is.
You know, it's annoying because it's a simple solution. You just flick it on really hard.
Yeah.
It doesn't
Yeah,
make a noise.
there's a point that you can just bypass
But
it.
for some reason, someone in Danny's house just. Oh my god! Fucking hell!
Wait, has it stopped?
No!
No, it's still going on. No, it's still there. I don't know if the microphone can pick that up though.
It might.
It might.
Definitely will.
It definitely would have picked up the.
No, that pop. I mean, it's
Yeah.
here now.
It definitely will.
You sure? Okay.
You can hear it. It's like.
Let's just
Alright, we'll
talk
continue.
really loudly.
Make
Yeah.
up for it.
I don't mind.
And
It
speak
means,
with passion.
yeah. and
About the Justice
About
League,
Justice
the League
League.
of Justices,
Say how-
Passionate hate.
the League of Judges
Hey,
that
it's
define
not a-
justice.
It's not a bad movie.
Okay, so yeah, Steppenwolf comes
Okay,
to
here
Earth.
we go. Yeah,
Justice,
we're gonna have
Bruce Wayne's like, oh no, we should do something about this. So he forms the Justice League with one person he knows and a bunch of randoms he's never met before. Half the time doesn't actually know their powers. Plot
Yeah,
point number
like,
50 million.
So this isn't a spoiler because it was in the trailer. When was it when
Yes.
when Batman does the thing?
Batarang,
Yeah.
Flash.
Like it was just like, oh hey, I'm just gonna throw a batarang at you.
See what happens.
Don't think
Hopefully
about it too
you're
much.
the Flash.
If you're not, you're
If you're
dead.
not, I'm sorry.
You dead.
Like I saw his.
Those
it,
batarangs are sharp.
it actually was really funny because yeah. Anyway.
So yes, so it's about the Justice League. The first time the Justice League have been on the big screen in live action, and what's the general consensus about? First off, actually no, fuck spoiler free. Spoilers.
Okay, all right. So I can talk about my event now.
Yeah.
So it was really funny when when Batman went to go throw the thing and he like was holding his breath and then when and then when Flash catches it and then Batman's just like okay,
And
you are
fuck, you're not dead right now.
like
I
he's-
just stab you in the fucking head.
God damn it.
My sharp ass batarang.
I have a massive rant about Batman in this movie coming.
Do you want to get that out the way?
Yeah.
No, well, first,
no,
just in
no.
case someone doesn't want spoilers, we'll just quickly say general consensus.
Oh,
What
well,
do
I've
you
already spoilt it with
It's alright.
my
That-
freaking
that's
Oh,
in
that's
the
in the
trailer.
trailer. It's still in the trailer.
Batman thing.
That's the trailer. But anyway, like
I really enjoyed this film.
you really
I did.
I really enjoyed it. I know it is so fucking far from perfect.
Yeah.
But for me to come from, honestly, at this point, if the DCU can provide me a film that's enjoyable,
Yeah.
that's enough of a step up for me.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that are wrong with it though, but a lot of them I'm pretty happy to overlook because I will take that sacrifice in order to get a half decent film that's enjoyable.
Yeah.
Like I'll say, like Batman v Superman is a half decent film,
Yeah.
and as I've said on this podcast a couple times, the more I watch it, the more I enjoy it.
Yeah.
But it's not a fun film
Yeah.
by any means.
No, it's
Neither
not
is
fun.
Suicide.
It's slow.
It tries too hard. Suicide Squad tries too hard. and
Suicide
it's
Squad
not-
makes you feel like an idiot, where it's just like
It makes you feel a bit pandered to, and it makes you feel like the movie's treating you like a dumbass.
yeah, it's just
So
like,
it tries too
he's
hard to be fun.
Deadshot. He's Deadshot.
Yeah.
Look a cool
Yeah,
idiot.
it tries too hard to be fun, and it's not fun. Batman v Superman doesn't even try to be fun, but it's not. That's part of its
Yeah.
whole.
It tries
thing.
to tell a gritty, dramatic
Yeah, but,
story, but doesn't, tell a
which
good
is
story.
again fine. This film tries to be fun. It is fun, which I think is, for me at least, a significant step up over the past, three.
Yeah.
Apart from Wonder Woman,
Yeah.
Yeah, like, because you liked Wonder Woman, didn't you?
I did not as much as everyone else
Yeah,
does.
I'm on the.
It's not the second coming or the second wave of superhero movies like a lot of people do say. I don't think it deserves to be.
It definitely was a step up.
I don't think it deserves to be nominated for Movie of the Year.
Fuck no.
But not by a long shot, but I did really enjoy it, and it was a very pleasant surprise.
Yeah,
for
say,
me.
I'm like that with one. I thought Wonder Woman was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And I would definitely call it a good superhero movie.
Yes.
And it has its great, genuinely great
Yes.
moments, but
It
I would
definitely
not
was
call
a
it the
step
greatest
in-
superhero movie.
It
Fuck off.
wouldn't even be in my top 5
Yeah,
or top 6.
I wouldn't I understand why it's popular because again, it's really the first great female-led superhero film. It's the first
See,
great.
that in
one.
itself is probably the biggest bonus that this film gives me.
Yeah.
Is an actual satisfying and well done
Yeah.
female superhero film.
But
as
for
a film
me,
in
yeah, I was
total.
like, for me, it's like
Yeah.
I'm here to see if it's a good movie, and it is a good
Yeah.
movie. No,
Yeah.
that's for Wonder Woman. Justice League. Danny was there because she was there with me the entire day after seeing it. My
Oh,
opinion
I'm so
changed.
sorry, Dan.
My opinion changed every 5
God,
minutes.
it was
Yeah,
insane.
but let's be
I
honest.
was like, it wasn't like because it wasn't like the Suicide Squad where it was like I enjoyed it when I walked out, and
Day
every
two
time
was
every time someone brought it up, I was like, yep, wait a minute, no, it wasn't good, and then like after a week, I'm like, fuck Suicide Squad.
I think though, but that's what DCU does. It makes you change your mind 7 times in a day.
Then so it's like
same thing with Batman v Superman.
Well, Batman v Superman, I had the Suicide Squad. It's like I walked out like that's alright. There's a lot of issues, but it's alright. And then every time I thought about it, I'm like, no, fuck that movie, it's dumb. And then I came out of this and I was like, it's alright. And then 5 minutes later, I'm like, you know, no, that's not screw you,
Yeah,
DC.
no, because we were on
and then
the
5 minutes
bus.
later, I'm like, nah, you know what, it's fine. It's fine.
We were on the bus
then,
and we were like, no, that's fine. And then it was like, we got home. Actually, it's alright. And then we went to go sit down in front of the computer. No, it's crap. It's like every 5 minutes.
And I finally resulted on the thing. Before
Which will change by next week.
But I finally resulted on the thing. It is the most fun DC movie out of the DCEU, except for Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman's a lot more fun. But this is fun as well. It's also the worst. In my opinion, it's the worst DCEU movie.
Wait,
even
really?
Suicide Squad.
To be honest, I found Suicide Squad at least it was going for something. I found like it wasn't good, but it was trying to do something.
Right.
Justice League feels like a Frankenstein movie. Whereas like it was one director had it at a point. He fucked up with the last movie, so the producers were like, they put a gun to his head. It's like, you're making the next Avengers movie. And then, due to circumstance, he couldn't take it because of family stuff.
Yeah.
So he left, and then Joss Whedon came in, made his film from what he could, while also having Warner Bros. With a gun to his head, being like, you're making the next Avengers film. And it all feels like...
Avengers or Justice League?
Avengers, because like, they want their Avengers.
Yeah.
This is their Avengers. And I feel like it was a whole just them... It's a movie that had no heart or soul to it. It was just, we needed to see superhero team a movie.
See, it's interesting
that
because I didn't get that feeling from this film at all.
Really?
I really did not feel like this film was even trying to be like Avengers at all.
Oh, not like Avengers, but I mean like their Avengers. So I mean like
Yeah,
they
but I
wanted...
didn't feel like it was going for that at all. I felt like it was going for more... I feel like it was at one point. I feel like back when they were making BVS, then this was, this is meant to be the culmination of everything. I feel like this is a far more small scale than they originally intended it to be. And that's not just because of the run length, it's just in terms of the effect that this has over the universe, it's far smaller. So I feel like more than anything else, this is meant to be, because it was originally meant to be Justice League Part 1 and Justice League Part 2. And that was meant to be the build-up of Darkseid and then Darkseid. I feel like now what they've done is they've kind of said, okay, hang on a second, let's take a couple steps back. Justice League 1 is going to be a course correction.
Yeah.
So that's not that that's necessarily a good thing either, because this film screams course correction. There's about seven dozen plots that are left completely ignored from BVS.
Yeah.
So things like the dirt rising from the coffin, for example,
That
not
means
addressed.
nothing.
That didn't happen.
There's
There's
also a lot of time discrepancies as well, where it's like this movie just forgot what it already set up.
Yeah, and so for me that just screams, okay, we're just correcting ourselves here.
Yeah.
And we're just gonna make a fun movie behind it. Our Avengers film is gonna come next time when we're ready.
That's
the feeling that I got from this.
That's the big thing, if it comes now.
If it comes. But that's the feeling that I got from this film more so.
I makes sense.
But I do agree with you that it does. There are sometimes it's a bit more of a Frankenstein.
Yeah.
I still think that Suicide Squad is more of a Frankenstein.
Yeah.
Because I feel that had more studio intervention and the director was far less clear on what he wanted to make.
Yeah.
I feel like that's more of a Frankenstein to me, personally. That's just my
It's a different type of Frankenstein, because Suicide Squad was the director was just... Suicide Squad was just like David Yates. Was it David Yates?
No, that was David Ayer.
David Ayer, sorry.
Yates
David Ayer.
as Harry Potter dude.
Yes, so David Ayer was like... He was kind of left to run around with these characters and made whatever film he wanted to make. And then the studio got 50 different edits of it. And then
that's where I feel
it was a director who didn't have a clear vision mixed with a studio who wanted to fuck around with it. So that's why we got that.
Well, I feel like I agree with you, because he does.
Yeah.
He tried to make it like his other movies, because he did things like
Sabotage and...
Yeah, so he's like the gang mentality stuff. So a lot of his stuff has a lot of gang undertones, especially like Joker. Come on. But I think he did that, and then as information started coming out, a lot of public started outcrying against what he was doing, and then the studio started freaking out, and that affected what the end result was. So I feel like that's a bit more of a mismatch to me. I do see the seams a lot more in Justice League. I just don't think they're as affecting.
Okay.
Take this call.
Hi, Daddy!
I see that, but I also see like there was a vision behind Suicide Squad as well. I feel like there was a vision behind Justice League, but it got muddled up between all the because I feel like, well, at least from how I've watched it, Justice League felt like a Hollywood producer's movie, whereas like everything felt like, all right, we need to have a big villain, and you all need to fight him. And in the middle of the movie, you gotta fight him, and you're gonna come together.
Each of you are gonna fight him and die, or,
and then
fail.
one character's gonna come in and save the day.
Yeah.
At the end. And then someone was like, and then I'm pretty sure Zack Snyder had a very good vision of what he wanted for Justice League. And I'm pretty sure from what we heard, he took all the criticism of Batman Superman very, like, not hard. He was like...
You took it to heart, though.
Yeah, he was like, alright, I see what's going on. And then from that first trailer, we were like,
You could see the difference immediately.
He seems like he's, like, because I remember the first thing he said, he was like, oh yeah, well, it's not going to be as dark, like, it's going to have a bit more focus on, like, character this time than just, like, thing and, like, all this other stuff. And then, like, through, again, his daughter committing suicide, Joss Whedon coming in. I don't know about if you could, but I could notice the Joss Whedon scene.
You can notice the difference, but also if you just base the impressions on the film based on just the first trailer, you could already see the changes that were made before Joss Whedon had anything to do with it at all. You could already see that he was making steps to change it a bit.
Yeah.
And there's still Zack Snyder all over this film. Like, I mean, take the first 5 minutes where you've got that slow-mo opening with some somber music like that. He does that in every single one of his films. This is first and foremost a Snyder film.
And also, as much as I'm a big Joss Whedon fan, I do think Zack Snyder is better at getting shots.
Zack Snyder is far better with his filmography.
And you can tell the Zack Snyder shots. But I was like, whoa, that's a cool shit. That's Zack Snyder.
And then Joss Whedon is more on the character side and more of the humour side.
But again, this is... Because I know he did a lot of rewrites, Joss Whedon, for the script. He did, like, I could also tell the dialogue was Joss Whedon at some points, where it's just like, when Batman gets knocked back and he's on the ground, he's like, yep, I'm bleeding.
Something's definitely bleeding.
I'm just I'm like, that's a Joss Whedon. And then there's a few times where it worked, there's a few times where, like, that's just Joss Whedon putting a bit of character life into it, but, like, it feels out of place.
That's exactly the point I was going to make. I feel like the main issues I have with the disjointed feeling of this film are actually what Joss Whedon did put in.
Yeah.
And I feel like the tone that it was going for before was enough of a shift for me.
Yeah.
I didn't need as much of what Joss put in.
I think...
Some of it didn't land for me at all. And like the scene when Flash lands on Wonder Woman's bosom, essentially, and then pops up, like, that's...
It felt so out of place.
It's not funny as well, and it doesn't suit it. Maybe it suits him, but it doesn't suit the universe that they're going for. Where it's that slapstick.
I feel like that was also maybe I just chalked up because I know there's a lot of fan outrage towards Joss Whedon at the moment in terms of Justice League. There's a petition going around like, we want the Zack Snyder cut. I think in all honesty,
and yet there is none.
Do it exactly.
Yeah.
In all honesty, I personally think that Joss Whedon possibly fixed this movie to a point, because when he said he came in, he said there was issues everywhere. Like, it was like there was so much that needed to be reshot, a lot of story works that needed to be reworked. That's why there was all up $300 million in budget, not including marketing, and that's also why they did so much reshoots.
I think though I
personally think he fixed it in a way.
I think there's a couple things that he may fix it. I think what he really did, for me, was fix the ending.
Yeah.
Which, if you look at even the best DCEU film, Wonder Woman,
terrible
the worst part of that is that final confrontation. Yeah. And if Joss Whedon did anything right, I do have issues with a lot of things he put in this film.
Oh, yeah.
But if there's one thing that he unequivocally fixed for me was the way that he ended that film. And that is including the last action film, action sequence, and how that wrapped up.
I will say also, like...
where you could see that he had influence.
Because I think also the thing that Joss Whedon did. This movie was, as much as I don't like it, it was never boring. Like, I was entertained. I was like, yeah, I'm having fun.
The pace was much better.
Yeah, and it was tight. It was like, there was no meandering. Like, that. My biggest issue with Batman Superman, it just takes too fucking long to get anywhere. Like, it's just like, especially the extended cut, where it's just like, yeah, alright, cool. And then, but like, this was like, alright, we're here, alright, cool, we're here, and then now we're at the plot, done. It doesn't give anything a lot of time to breathe, which is a bit annoying.
That being said, though, this is probably one of those films where when they do, and they will, release the extended cut that's 3 odd hours long, I will be very interested to see it.
Yeah.
Because with something like Batman v Superman, you've got a half an hour extra on top of a...
It also feels like there's massive chunks of this movie missing as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So with Batman v Superman, you've got a movie that's already, 2 hours, 40 minutes, something crazy like that?
Yeah.
That had half an hour missing.
Yeah.
And this one you're looking at a 2-hour film that has at least an hour and a bit missing.
Yeah.
That's a big chunk that I think I'll be very interested when that comes out next year to have a look and see what they've taken
I'll
out.
definitely give it a look, because I would like to see...
I'm very interested.
Because there's massive chunks of this movie obviously missing, where it's just like...
Yes.
Like, Cyborg's like, I'm gonna get that out of the mother box. Next scene. I've got the mother box. It's like, what?
Yeah. there was a lot of characters that were like, for example, they cast characters that didn't even pop up, like Iris West. Was cast and filmed, and she's on the film.
Yeah.
So there's a couple of characters that just don't exist.
Yeah.
That are definitely part. Like for example, I think they had who was in the extended cut of Batman v Superman that wasn't in the theatrical cut. I forget. But there was another character there that just didn't.
I don't remember.
So that tends to be a recurring thing.
Jimmy
Though
Olsen?
I'm excited to see what they do with that as well.
Yeah. So we'll talk about the Justice League as characters. What at the moment.
Yeah.
What do you think of the Justice League?
I like the characters. I was very confused, like, because I don't know about the comic wise, but I was very confused why Aquaman was so Tony Starkish.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Aqua Bro. Yeah.
I saw him more as Thorish, to be honest. He was like Thor with more attitude. More.
No,
like,
I just feel like, I mean, he obviously played nice more than Tony Stark, but I feel like that persona of just being like Tony Stark.
We'll talk about Aquaman, yeah.
I don't want to make comparisons, but I'm using that as like a...
I actually really liked Tony... Oh, there's Aquaman. I thought he was a fun character. Like, really... He was a bit dumb, like... And his arc in this movie is the most shoehorned in thing. Like, I hated the scene where he goes to Atlantis. Not the fact... Actually, it's fine. Also, I've ranted Danny about this. I read a few people about this. Why?
Oh no, not to bubbles.
Do Atlanteans need to make bubbles to talk?
Bubbles. Because oxygen doesn't travel underwater the same way. There's a scientific reason.
Yeah, but it's a comic book movie.
I'm very interested to see what they do with that when it comes to the Aquaman movie, though.
Yeah.
No, James Wan said no bubbles. He's like,
Okay.
he tweeted, he's like, oh, this is a jab. He's like, don't worry, that movie doesn't have bubbles. Because, like, it's like, they're Atlanteans. Like, I know it's like, scientifically it wouldn't work, but it's like, they're Atlanteans. They live underwater. They should be able to talk underwater.
I feel like what they're going to do is they're going to do something like...
And just ethereal speech where it's just like, where they talk, but it's like much louder, just like, oh yeah, what are you doing?
Or like, it's like that metallic sounding.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Either that or they speak telepathically or something like that.
Yeah. Which means they won't have to
But
do
that whole dialogue exchange in the bubble with Mira.
Also, there was a good 20 or 30 minutes of Atlantis that was cut from this film.
Yeah.
That was so obvious.
Yeah.
Like, we saw Atlantis for maybe 6 minutes.
We had 30 minutes condensed into a scene, and it was just Mira going, hey, we don't like you. Then he's like, fine, I'm leaving. She's like, wait.
Take something.
Here's your backstory. I know I can go.
Yeah. So I feel like, there's a lot that was missing from Atlantis that unfortunately does the film a lot of injustice.
Yeah.
This doesn't deter me from my interest into Aquaman.
Neither.
The solo
In
one.
fact,
I'm actually...
Yeah.
I'm interested in Aquaman purely... Again, I have faith in the director, James Wan, and I also have... it is interesting because it's a different type of superhero movie. More, the whole underwater aspect does give me a bit of hope.
Yeah.
So I'm like, that could be cool. But I did like Aquaman's character. What I didn't like... Actually, that more feeds into another character, and I'll leave that for that character. Because there's one character in this movie that A is underutilized, B... just represented poorly, and it's sad because he's my favorite of all the entire
I think I know
group.
which one you're talking about, but yes.
We'll get to it. But the next one is most interesting, and Superman. So not spoiler because we all know he's coming back.
Yeah.
Well, we're talking spoilers anyway.
Yeah.
So
And also, I knew
True.
straight away... Okay, so... I noticed this, and you commented on it as well. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Missing facial hair.
No, actually, it
oh,
wasn't the facial
God.
hair. Facial hair has been overspoken about. I'm not going to
No,
talk
it's
about
not.
that.
We need to discuss
No. I was
Millions
talking
of
about it, and I
dollars.
was like, oh, watching the credits, blah, 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 and it was like, Ben Affleck. What's the name of Superman, the actor's name?
Henry Cavill.
Henry Cavill as number 2.
Yeah.
And I was like, if
His
that's
second
not...
bill
I'm like,
on the
if
credits.
that's not saying... I mean, to be honest, it might also be in alphabetical order. But
No,
if
it's
that's not
Credits are never in
saying...
alphabetical order.
If he's going to be a major plot point, he gets number 1 or number 2 above everyone else, then that's got to
Above-
be
Notice he
something.
wasn't as big a part of the film as Batman was, though.
Yeah.
That's true.
But he got second... But again, he got second
He got
billing,
second
though.
billing above Cyborg and Flash
and
and,
Wonder
Woman and Aquaman, which was supposed to be the main crew, and then Superman was supposed to be afterwards. Like,
Yeah,
it's
but-
so funny how he does that.
It's also because, again, if you have Henry Cavill in it as Superman,
yeah.
he's already got clout as the character. You do... And if he is in it, he has to be billed high.
Yeah, but actually looking
yeah.
at the paychecks of these actors, that's
True.
also what determines where they
Yeah,
go on their list.
yeah.
Ben Affleck was obviously the high pay because he was most present,
Yeah.
and he was already pre-established, as you
Yeah.
said, Kai.
He's also got out of every other actor in the Justice League crew, he's the most experienced and the most
Yes.
the most one. He's an Oscar winner,
Yeah.
so you immediately have to pay Oscar winners more.
Yeah,
it's a million. It's like $1 million out the gate for an Oscar.
Who wins an Oscar winner?
Ben Affleck.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's an Oscar winner.
Benny.
For which one?
Argo, and I don't know if it was Gone Girl where he won, but I know he definitely won Best Director
Gone
for.
Girl, yeah.
No, he's won Best Director.
Argo.
Yeah, Argo. I think he's done it twice. Argo and Gone Baby Gone, or The Town. One of the two. I can't remember. I know he's at least won it once, but I think he's won Best Director twice. So immediately he is a Oscar winner, and you immediately have to pay them $1 million to start.
Well, I understood that Batman was going to be on top because he's, like, the one in charge of getting the crew together.
Yeah.
I was just confused also. I was like, okay, I understand that Henry Cavill's, like, an established character and he probably earns a lot more. But at the same time, it was like, surely... I'm
pretty sure everyone knew.
Yeah.
He's all over... His symbol's all over the promo material. There's been photos of him on set. Even, like, the normal person would have been like, hey, the Superman symbol's on that poster.
Yeah.
Probably means Superman's back, right? Alright, cool, Superman's back.
Yeah.
But,
we can't have to just
to be honest, though, despite awful facial hair removery CGI, that makes him look like a fucking sex doll sometimes.
It makes him look like he just has no movement of his top lip.
Like, the line where it's, like, close up on his face, he's like...
Oh yeah, it's like, do you bleed?
Do you bleed? And it's just like, bleed. And it looks...
It's so stupid!
So overall, the whole DCU has a problem with its CGI.
Yeah.
That's included.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate.
Which is unfortunate because they've got Weta behind them. They've got IBM behind.
Industrial Light and Magic, yeah.
Yeah, they've got IO behind them. They've got, I forget the other one. So they've got like several consolidated studios on their side. It feels like they're just. I feel like this is actually just the overall approach of the studio. That's just the style of it.
Yeah.
So we're not really going to miss that. But that's the thing, like that facial hair, yeah, I noticed it. I'm happy for it to be there if I get a better movie, which we did.
Yeah.
Than if it wasn't there, so I'm fine with it.
I didn't mind.
I don't think it's quite as big a deal as it's been. It is there. Like, here's the thing. Like, it's very clear. It's very obvious that it's there.
It took me out of the movie.
But also because I knew what was happening, and I was kind of looking for it. And I have to ask myself, if I didn't know that he had his facial hair artificially removed, if I really would have noticed anything was going wrong.
Oh, I've seen a lot of people who didn't know, and they've noticed. Like, I've seen things where it's like, what's up with his face? Like, I've seen, like, tweets where it's like, people are like, what's up with his face? And someone's like, oh, yeah.
He's been brain dead, alright? Let his upper lip get recovered.
Yeah. But, speaking of that, despite that, he's probably the best portrayed in this entire movie.
I 100% agree.
This is the best Superman we've gotten on screen for a long time.
Correct.
Like,
I agree with that.
he was actually inspiring, and he was like, he's not moping around. He's like, hey,
But also, some seriously menacing scenes.
Oh, yeah.
That scene when Flash is in the Speed Force and you just see his eye just... towards him, I was like, oh boy, you're in for it now, son.
And that was my favourite part of the movie, was there's a throwdown with Superman's movie where they resurrect Superman with a mother box. Actually, before we get into that, I want to talk about... We'll talk about Justice League, then we'll talk about the scene before that, and we'll talk about the fight, because that's where a lot of my problems come from in this movie, despite that being my favourite scene. So anyway, Superman's really good, but we all think about Cyborg.
I like Cyborg.
So did I.
I actually thought Cyborg was
I thought I was going to come out of this movie saying, wow, what a boring character.
They also cleaned his CGI up quite a bit.
Did.
Like, he actually looks cool.
They did, yeah. But I remember walking into this film saying, okay, who am I expecting to like and who am I expecting to dislike? And Cyborg was very clearly on the dislike list. Like, he looks very boring and bland in those trailers.
Yeah.
And I walked out saying, probably one
He has the most arc as well.
Agreed,
he actually goes from a place and ends somewhere different.
And also, Ray Fisher, congrats to you, bro. You played that character so well.
Yeah, actually,
For a man who has half his face obscured the entire film,
and
has to wear a hoodie half the other times to save money, you did a real fine job on this character. Like,
also,
seriously.
I also liked he was pretty badass. Like, I liked it. I wasn't the biggest fan of his design before seeing the movie.
I still am not.
Yeah.
Really.
But we do see classic
we do.
Cyborg.
Which I got a little pump of excitement for as well. That was pretty cool.
And there's possible teasers towards his main villain Grid as well. Possible teasers though. I don't know. Nothing in thing. But what do we all think of the Flash?
I liked the Flash.
Yeah, I didn't like the Flash.
I didn't dislike him, but I definitely didn't like him either.
He had moments where I was like, all right, like he had some. in action scenes he does some really cool stuff, and he has some funny like moments where I'm like, that's Barry Allen, and then other times I'm like, you're being obnoxious and annoying as fuck.
See, that's the problem for me is that I didn't dislike, but I also didn't like. I didn't like I thought I was going to come into that film saying, okay, Barry Allen's obviously going to be a highlight. He wasn't a highlight. He was a kind of a middle ground because
he was
too often.
He felt like Joss Whedon's comic relief.
Me too often. Well, yeah, but for me more often than not, I felt like, okay, this is Ezra Miller being Ezra Miller.
Yeah.
This isn't Ezra Miller actually playing someone else right now, and no one at the studio held him on a leash tight enough. That was my problem because I've seen. What was the other film he was in?
Fantastic Beasts?
No, not that one, because he was very clearly not Ezra Miller in that one. There was another film that I forget which one it was, where he was very much playing, like, you know how Johnny Depp often just plays himself.
Yeah.
That's one of the problems I have with Johnny Depp overall, which he's kind of actually fixed up his act with recently.
Yeah.
But with people like Ezra Miller, it was very clear that the production and the staff there didn't do enough to hold him to the character, and they let him off the leash too much, which I think either could have been by design because of the levity that he added.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like 70% of his jokes did not land.
I headbutted Danny by accident because we saw this.
We both like, ah!
No, but I was like, it made me like actually drop my head. When they first go to the Bat Cave, it's like, it's the Bat Cave. It's a cave. I was like, that's so dumb.
Now the only grace that I give that character for behaving that way is because the way that they portrayed him here is that he's on the spectrum.
Yeah.
Which I think if they do that and if they play that out, then sweet.
Yeah.
That is a good piece of character, but then again, it was still too Ezra Miller-y.
Yeah. I did, there were, like, usually in the action scenes, he actually had a lot of cool stuff. Like, the part where he runs to touches Wonder Woman's sword.
Yeah, and I think that's some of the more impressive visual effects as well, by a long shot.
Oh, yeah, the thing I hate about him the most, and Daddy was like, it's fine. It's fine. It's fucking spaghetti run.
Okay, you ready for this?
Yep.
Ready? You want to say at the same time?
Yep.
1, 2,
yeah.
3. It's fine.
No, it's so dumb.
It's fine.
It is.
It's dumb.
Okay. Let me listen.
I'll say the same thing.
No.
Comic book movie.
Okay, just
we don't
shut
come here
up.
for realism.
Okay, just shut up. Let me explain. Alright. So,
Comic book movie.
my explanation was that, okay, you try running at... Okay, what's his speed that he runs at?
Stupid amount of speed.
Okay, he runs at...
Like, you can't see him, that's how fast he's going.
And like you see the flash of when he like draws like the drawing on his face, and it's like
that was funny.
Yeah.
I did laugh at that.
So anyways, like, and he does that thing. I said, you try running at that stupid amount of
And
speed,
I'll say the exact...
and trying to keep your arms going like
And
this.
I'll say
Do you know what would happen? You get pushed back, and you'd be like,
I'll say the exact same thing. He can he runs with the Speed Force. B, comic book movie. We don't come here for realism. We come here for awesomeness.
Okay. But then we can't hold the film accountable for being unrealistic later on.
No, I'm not.
Because, like...
fine.
It'd be like, oh look, this person has blue arms, whereas he had red arms before. Why? It's a comic book. That's why.
Wait, what?
No, I'm just using that.
What part of the movie
I'm not. No, that's not what I'm saying. Like, physics are allowed to be disobeyed. They're allowed.
Yes, I mean, by nature of being a comic book movie, yes, the laws of physics are broken. Absolutely.
If you're the same thing, you could go to Marvel and be like, Captain America, what is your shield doing right now?
That shield is not...
Yeah, like Spider said, it does not obey the laws of physics.
That's true, yeah.
And same with, like, every other character in every other comic movie, that you're allowed to break things. Like the Flash show. He runs faster than this Flash, and he still keeps the arms to the side, and it looks awesome. And the thing, whenever Ezra Miller ran, it took me out of the movie, because he was just like, blah, 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 blah. He looked like spaghetti. And I was just like...
How long has he been the Flash for?
This movie.
In that specific one?
This movie.
Yeah.
This one movie.
As that... Like, no, not the actor. How long has
the character.
Barry Allen been the Flash?
I don't know. I think it's not very long. It doesn't look like... Okay, but, like, it just looks so dumb. Like, he looks like a spaghetti monster. Just flailing
He's
his
a
arms.
very lanky dude.
He is.
Like...
That's true.
He has...
It literally took me out of it. I laughed out loud when that happened. I was just like... I was just, like, laughing. Like, I was being obnoxious. Not on purpose, but, like, it made me laugh so hard when I saw him run. And when he does the weird twisting his arms where he's just like... Bleh. woo, and then he runs off. Like,
Oh.
it's just like, why?
The only scene that I really noticed that was in the end, I think.
Yeah.
When they would basically do like their old character exits
Yeah.
thing. I noticed that a lot then.
Yeah.
And it is weird. I agree. It looks weird, but honestly, it didn't bother me.
No.
It bothers.
It's one of those things where I'm like, fine, whatever. You do you.
It did bother me.
Yeah.
It just took me out of it. I was like, but anyway, what about a good character in this? Wonder Woman.
Yes.
She does get some
I
time
love
to
her,
shine.
her theme song. Like, it's so cool.
Yeah,
I like
it's a good
it.
song.
Yeah.
Yeah, the theme song's really nice.
She was cool.
Danny Elfman on that theme song.
Yeah.
Really nice as well.
And also, she was a good addition. I liked how she was like, not just there to be a badass. She was like, no, let's like not fuck with the world, please.
Yeah.
I like it. And like, but then she gets really cool interactions with Bruce Wayne.
I do like that she's being penned as the leader.
Yeah.
Of the Justice
And
League.
she, like
And
she
DC's
doesn't
like,
want to.
Let's put Wonder Woman as the leader because, you know, everyone likes Wonder Woman.
Yeah. But I do
Yeah.
like the little reference how they said, you know, you were the leader in the war, so you have like not like proper leader, but
I
she
think
had
the
leader
thing,
qualities.
Yeah, sorry, I'll let you know. Keep
No,
going.
no, yeah, it was fine. I was just saying, like, I liked they kind of did that, and they said, you know, maybe, and she said how she doesn't want to do it because she mentioned that if you're in charge of
Yeah.
ordering people, you are in charge
Yeah.
of their lives,
That's exactly
and if
what I
you
was
make
gonna
them
say, yeah.
lose, and if they lose their lives,
That's on you.
It's on
And
you.
again, she goes through an arc in this movie. It was awesome. And also, I love the scene where
What was the arc?
she starts just being, because she's secret Wonder Woman at the moment.
Yeah.
She's like, she doesn't show herself. And then at the end of the movie, she's like, no, I'm gonna
Yeah.
show myself as Wonder Woman and be like, you know, like, help people out. And then there's that awesome shot where the people come up to her and she's like smiling at
And
them.
she's engaging with them like
Yeah.
Superman
Yeah.
did. Yeah. So,
And she's helping people.
yeah, I agree.
And I will give, that's one thing that Justice League did quickly before we talk about Batman.
No
It
boy.
did show them as heroes. It actually showed them as heroes.
Yes.
Like,
And I think Wonder Woman specifically, I don't think it was that DC's like, everyone likes Wonder Woman, let's put her the leader. Like, it made a
Yeah.
lot of story sense as well.
Yeah.
Because Batman is like, he's on his way out.
yeah.
And they make a couple of references to him being on the way out. I think Wonder Woman is the most obvious to be pegged, and I think it suits her character a lot as well.
Yeah.
And I think there were a couple of scenes that just really demeaned her, and I think that's just a lot of Zack style.
Yeah.
Like a couple of
Also
the shots, like
also
all
costumed,
the, all
yeah.
the bust shot, all the butt shot. I mean, listen,
Yeah.
she had the exact same costume in
Yeah.
in
Oh, I
Wonder
meant
Woman.
specifically for Amazonians.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, that's a different deal altogether. But yeah, I agree with you there as
Yeah.
well. But you can go through the entire Wonder Woman. You don't see a butt shot. You don't see an upskirt shot. And then in the first 15 minutes of this film, you see a butt shot and an upskirt shot.
Yeah.
I know,
It's really
right?
great. So
like the first time.
it's very
And
clearly been directed by a man.
and every woman that isn't Clark Kent's mum shows cleavage.
Yeah.
And like,
But also, can I just say for a second,
What?
whoever did the clothing design for Wonder Woman, you should be ashamed of yourself because that low crop
Yeah.
top there is so not her character.
Yeah, I know.
At all. And so you could see immediately when Joss Whedon came in because he gave her a scarf to put
I
around
know.
it.
Yeah.
It's like, here, just cover her up with that. So
Yeah.
when you do this next scene,
because Joss Whedon is,
It's-
as much as some people give him lots of anti-feminism shit for some reason, just because he likes giving Black Widow a romance. Like he actually is very like, no, I don't want to slutify my women. They're badasses. Like, why would I do that?
Who directed Wonder Woman?
Patty Jenkins.
Okay. I
yeah,
don't know
so
who that is.
I mean, yeah, so I think that it was kind of a 2 steps forward, 1 step back with Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Overall, I did enjoy her as a character though.
Yeah, she was. I loved her, and she goes through, and I love the scene where Bruce Wayne. There's
Yeah.
the one time there's some inter conflict between the group, and I was like, that's the one thing this movie missed. Everyone got along a little too well at some points.
And that's why I feel like all of
Yeah.
was cut.
Yeah,
Is that kind of interdynamic.
but that part where like the whole scene, and this leads up to the resurrecting Superman scene. Batman's like, we should resurrect Superman, which I was like, bit of a jump there, Batman, but okay, I'll let you do it. That's fine. And then they have a discussion about the morality of it, and then Batman flips his. If there's a 1% chance we can bring her back, we must do it. And I'm like, that's funny, because the last movie you're like, if there's a 1% chance he's bad, we have to kill him. It's just like, I love how you flipped without no build up to that. That's fine. But then like, I can't remember the exact thing, but when
Talking about Steve Trevor.
yeah, and then
Yeah.
and then she's like, it's like, oh, you can't. It's like, don't let that. It's like, you sure you're not bringing it back just for guilt? And then Batman's like, oh, all right, personal digs. All right, I can do a personal dig too. And it just
Such a
goes up
joke.
to zero. And then like, just a simple tap sends Batman like flying backwards, and Wonder Woman's like, "Fucking do it again." And you're like,
And also you got Flash's little crypto saying, dude, if she kills you, we're covering for her, right?
yeah.
Like, yep.
You're like, "Oh, Batman getting ganged up on." But speaking of Batman,
Alright, go for it.
all right, so
I'll let you off the leash. Have fun.
Batman is one of my favorite characters of all time. Ben Affleck's portrayal of Batman is one of my favorite portrayals of Batman of all time. He is so fucking useless in this goddamn movie. Like, he does nothing at all. He gets the team together and then's like, alright, I'm gonna hang back. You guys got this. I'm Batman. Like, his action scenes were all bad. Like, he struggles with one parademon. I get he's old, but a parademon, Batman should still be able to kick their ass. Though he's mastered every martial art fighting. He knows what parademons are, so he's obviously done his research despite the weird parademon drawing he does in the movie. Where he's like, this is what they look like, as a little drawing. It's like, you have computers that could probably get it out of... Alright, Batman, that's fine. Alright, okay. Just spreading your wings artistically, that's fine.
Need an alternate after Batman's done.
So, like, the thing is, like, he's a pussy in this movie. Like, Batman is not a pussy. He would run, even if it causes him death, he would run into a fight. And to fight with his friends.
And even, like, freaking later on, like, Aquaman was saying, my God, you are insane. Because when Batman goes, it's like, you do not value your life. You're going to go in and it with a chance of death. And he's like, yes. And then Aquaman's, my God, you are insane.
Yeah. Despite the one time he goes in with the Batmobile gunning down, but that was like, alright, Batman's kind of come back. That's cool.
Well, but I'm saying that's the thing, is that in that point, he's saying, I'm going to do this. I don't care if I die.
Yeah.
But then and then
later on, he's like hanging back.
Yeah, he's like, no, I don't want to die.
And the popular argument is, well, he doesn't have superpowers. And I thought for the first half of the movie, he had the normal Batsuit. I was like, all right, he hasn't geared up. He's no Batsuit. That's why he's struggling. And then he gets a new Batsuit, and I'm like, oh, this is probably like a powered Batsuit where he can like it makes him a bit stronger. He can actually fight parademons. Still struggles with one parademon. It's like, dude, come on, Like, he just annoyed me so much. And also just... I know we've talked about this before, Chris, but I did not buy his relationship with Superman in this at all.
Okay, well that's something we definitely are on opposite sides on.
So Batman needs to learn how to smile.
I think
the fun plus
I agree with that there. He tried. Yeah. He tried. Didn't really work too well. I didn't mind the fact that I really like the fact that they powered up the parademons here.
Yeah, but...
Because even other Justice League members had trouble with them.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they dealt with them much easier. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
I like the fact that every parademon was not a Chitauri.
Yeah.
That it wasn't just, here's your faceless army that the Avengers can gun down.
Yeah.
No problem at all. We have a sweet montage where you're just powering through and like literally 70 of them die within 30 seconds. That, I'm not saying that's a bad thing with the Avengers film because it suits the kind of world they're doing. I like the fact that parademons here are actually their own force to contend with.
I didn't mind that, but I would like to see at least a few scenes where Batman got on top.
Yeah.
Well, there are a couple that he really did, and I thought that they really emphasized his character, like when he used the grapple hook and when he used gadgets and stuff that really worked to his strengths. Yeah. I thought it was done... I mean, listen, obviously we're on opposite sides. That's fine. Yeah. But I personally quite like the way they portray Batman in a scene where he is in almost every way outgunned. However, he is not portraying, or the film is not portraying, the detective, smart, analytical Batman that I love. Yeah. That is one thing that I will definitely say that I don't appreciate as much about this version. Because there are ways, for example, that he could have gotten around a lot of those situations using that kind of detective mindset that he has shown.
That's the thing, like, they've shown that Batman in Batman v Superman, Batman v Superman, that's like, oh, that's my enemy, let me size up my enemy.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I was just like, but this one is just like, oh, these parademons, I'm telling you. And I'm like, you went up against Superman! Like, why? Like, you should be able
I did think that the power armor would take another showcase.
Yeah, or at least, like, because he puts on, like, a much, like, beefier suit towards the end. I'm like, oh, yeah, cool. He's gonna, like, I can live with the fact he's been useless for the rest of the movie. He's gonna come out and just start jujitsuing some parademons. It's gonna be great. You struggle to fight a few. And then, like, he gets a gun off a parademon. His role in the rest of the action scene is to shoot dudes. He doesn't do anything else. Which annoys me because, like we watched did you guys watch the Funhouse video about Justice League?
I didn't watch the entire thing, but I saw the little bit.
There's the clip where, like, Adam shows a clip from the animated show, and I've watched this as well, like, because I've watched the Unlimited series. And it's where Superman is fighting Darkseid, and Superman gets his ass kicked down, Batman without powers just runs at Darkseid to try and fight. Darkseid could just flick him and Batman's dead, but still Batman runs in to fight. And it's like, that shows what type of dedication Batman has to fight it, like to being a hero. It's like, I will probably die, but I'm gonna help my friends and like...
Of course, yeah.
I never saw him doing with the Batmobile scene though.
Yeah. See, that's it. I got that with the Batman scene, but never came back ever again.
Right.
Like, it was gone, like, past then. And again, like, it's essentially like, once Batman's lost his gadgets, he's useless. Like, no, he's not. He has, like, detective skills. He's a martial artist.
Yeah, so the martial artists and the detective skills are really underplayed in this film, which I would like them to come back.
Yeah.
Especially considering he's getting his own movie. I would really like that stuff to
Please,
come back.
Matt
Because
Reeves.
that's such an integral part of his character. But I think a lot of his combat style and his characterization here suits the kind of Batman that they're portraying in this film, or in this universe more like.
Yeah.
Pardon me. Which again links back to why I think the relationship he has with Superman is not half bad.
Yeah.
Because he is a Batman who has lost all hope.
Yeah.
And he has no hope. And that's why, and in a way, it kind of dampens what I was making my argument about with the Batmobile, is that's more of an effort of hopelessness. Like, he actually says at one point, like, better Superman live than I die, than or whatever it was. I think I forgot.
And I liked it. I was like
I'm paraphrasing.
I think the only thing is, like, I didn't mind that part. I think they showed too much. Like, it went from, they didn't build it. It was just like Batman ended at this point, and now he's gone from hating Superman to being his best buddy.
Okay, so do you want to talk about the relationship between the two?
Yeah, I didn't like it. I bought the relationship between Cyborg and Superman more than I bought. Which
they met like 30 seconds before they start laughing.
And they're all like broing out, and it was awesome. And again, when the race at the end between Superman and Flash, I loved. I was like, that's.
But also classic comic book right there.
Yeah,
I know.
I was
I
just
love
like
that.
And the banter where it's like, oh, if I win, you're off the team. And Flash's like,
We said something about brunch?
Yeah, it's like,
that's just a betrayal.
Yeah.
That was a deep cut right there. That was legitimately funny.
That's also Joss Whedon, like, at his finest.
That post-credit scene was all Joss.
Yeah. But that's good. We'll quickly do our Justice League vs Avengers thing. All up again. I'll say, like, in terms of like the movie, it's got some pretty fun action scenes.
I'm glad with the action that they put in here because that's one of the negatives that
I can't wait to talk about him. How disappointing is Steppenwolf?
I think the fact that we have gone through this entire spoiler review and not brought up Steppenwolf is probably saying a lot about his characterization.
I don't want to say
because he is totally useless.
Yeah, he is. There's one scene where you get a bit of his character, but it's
that's
like,
the flashback.
And he does like a Sauron thing, but he does
the flashback's okay. I still could have been done a bit more. I wanted to see more of it. I was like, oh.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, that was such a great part. That's one of my favorite parts of the film, actually. Seeing Green Lantern and shit as well was fantastic.
And the Atlanteans, humans, and
Amazons
fighting together.
And the old gods.
I love how they hide their mother boxes and the humans dig a hole.
Just goes to show the kind of faith that we have in your face right now. I want to hide mine
Amazons
underwater.
put it in a
I want to
vault.
hide mine in a vault full with Amazonian guards. I'm gonna dig a hole.
And have 15 people.
And it's not even that deep.
I know.
It was like half a foot.
I was expecting
It's like 3 feet deep.
I was expecting like they put it in there just for now. They're gonna go build like a massive cave.
Yeah. Nope.
Just cover some grass on it. They'll find.
And now it's underneath the city.
Oh, that literally the thing that Daniel contested. I was like, why? There is resurrect Superman. Mother box flies away, lands somewhere. No one goes against it.
I feel like that's another thing that was just glossed over because they needed that 2 hour runtime. I say this and I hope that that's something that they address in the extended cut because that is a big plot
it's like Flash. You can run real fast, right? Pew, pew, take it back to the Batcave. All right, cool. You're back for the Superman fight.
Yeah.
Awesome, you did it. And they're all like, also how I don't know if it's just Gal Gadot's accent, but how she says Kal-El sounds really. She's like Kal-El, son of Krypton. You're like you can just say Clark, mate. Like it's fine. Wait,
No, because you don't.
No, you can't because it's this. But also, it's okay. That scene, he's not Superman. He's Clark Kent with a shirt without a shirt on. People know who he is.
Yeah.
He hasn't got his
and
costume
then
on.
like the constant being like the amount of times. Okay, I counted. Aquaman, that interaction in the beginning between Aquaman and Batman.
Also, I didn't like that either.
So Aquaman said in public.
Oh yeah.
Bruce Wayne.
Dressed
like a bat.
That Bruce Wayne was Batman 5 times.
Yeah. And he actually says like, "You're out of your mind, Bruce Wayne."
Yeah, Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, I think
Batman.
Yeah, it's like
Dressed like a bat.
I would
Batman
like to think that
can
that's just
be-
because this is an isolated shore that no one can actually leave because it actually says several times. But it's like there's probably phones on there, right?
I know.
Surely you have internet.
Something.
Also, I love the
communication.
jabs at Aquaman where it's like, so, can you talk to fish?
Oh, I
Okay.
love
And Aquaman's just
that.
like, I will fucking.
That's
wreck
really
you."
that's a real callback as well to the comics with and how
Yeah.
stupid.
Also,
it is
the first
sometimes.
trailer, because that was the ending line. It's like Arthur Curry, here you can talk to fish.
Like, I don't. The water does the talking.
Yeah.
It's like, oh well, in that case, it makes sense.
Yeah. Okay, I'm Batman. Not a very good detective. I'm
I thought the mother boxes were with money. In them.
money. That also is a big issue.
That I got the point of. I'm just making
Batman was just really.
It's like,
dumb.
oh, it contains power. No, it is power. Isn't that the same thing?
No,
No.
it is. Having power and being power is different.
Like I'm shit talking Batman in the whole money comment, but I know what you're trying to say. You're saying like it's just something that people will be willing to start a fight over.
Yeah.
I understand that part. I'm
all
just
in
making a
all,
jab.
Justice League. I don't like it, but I don't hate it. Like, it is my least favorite, but that's purely on it based on like it doesn't stand for anything. Like, it's just like it's a Frankenstein Justice League movie, and they made it with what they could make.
I think it stands as a course correction. That's why I can I can half enjoy it. Yeah.
Yeah, I did enjoy it more. As much as it is my least favorite, I enjoyed it more than Suicide Squad.
Thank God.
But I enjoyed it more than Batman Superman. It's more fun, but it didn't. Like, Batman Superman at least had a lasting impact. As with Justice League, I was like, that's fine, and I walked out,
Right.
and I was like, yeah. But yeah, we'll quickly do our Justice League versus Avengers. So, I'm pretty sure we could probably all. Actually, I don't know about sure. I would definitely say Avengers is better.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
What do you mean you're not sure?
no, I'm not sure about you guys.
Who do you think is going to say that Justice League is better than the Avengers?
Danny might be like, oh, I had more fun with Justice League. I don't know.
Wait, because we watched Avengers.
Yeah,
I
recently.
felt a lot more epicness from the Avengers, but that also maybe because, and I know we said to separate it from the rest of the actual movies, but it's just because I know more about it. Like,
I think
there's
as
a lot more
Avengers
excitement.
as a movie without knowing, it's hard because I have watched all the MCUs, but without knowing anything, just watching Avengers as is, I think it handles the team up a lot better than Justice League does. Because Justice League, it didn't feel pointless, but it felt like there was like it was just like nothing that bad was happening. Like Steppenwolf didn't feel like a threat, like at all.
Well, yes, I absolutely agree
Like,
with that. I think the purpose of this film was more so to bring those characters into life.
Yeah.
And bring them together more
And I will
so
say
than
Justice
villain.
League did. That is its one great strength. I did like most of the character interactions.
Yeah, I agree with you.
And I will say everyone, despite Flash being really annoying, despite Batman being useless, everyone was portrayed very well. And so like, I will give it that. Like the seeing Justice League interact for the first time was really cool. And the action scenes were fun at times.
Yeah.
But just everything else falls.
See, I think the difference for me is that Justice League's the point of Justice League was to bring the characters together.
Yeah.
And give them something to fight for.
Yeah.
Which was Steppenwolf. That was a weak link.
Yeah.
With Avengers, it was. The idea was that they would come together, but it was the event that brought them together in the first place.
Well, what I love about Avengers, and the thing that I didn't really get with Justice League, is that Loki feels like a threat because he's not chilling. He's doing something.
He's not your stereotypical villain
Yeah.
either.
Because like, and the thing is, I thought about it recently. Steppenwolf never hunts the Justice League down.
But they explained that though.
Yeah, but like at the same time, it's just like they are opposing him, so it's like I feel like he'd be like, they are probably gonna get me. I feel like I should go after him. As for Loki, he has his goal, but he hunts the Avengers down. He's like, no, because he gets caught on purpose, and he's just like, all right, cool, I'm on the helicarrier.
But I also feel like Loki is a much smarter villain.
Oh yeah, much
Than
smarter.
Steppenwolf.
Yeah.
Oh, but yeah.
I mean, I don't know about you guys, but
Intelligence
like,
4.
the big
Intelligence 16.
Yeah.
the big thing that thing is like I heard some people say, oh, Justice League doesn't do what Avengers does and follow tropes. It's like, yeah, but those.
But also Avengers set those tropes.
Yeah, it's like Avengers. Like I like the whole. Like
those are tropes because of Avengers.
I like the fact that like if you actually broke it down, like it's a trope, but it fits. If you put Iron Man, Captain America, Hawkeye, Black Widow, Hulk, Thor,
These big egos.
and Nick Fury in the same room,
Yeah.
they all stand for different ideologies. None of them would agree with everyone.
Yes.
It'd be like,
And that's why I did mind a little bit that there wasn't as much confrontation in Justice League.
Yeah.
But the reason why it was okay for me is because all these characters have such hidden egos.
Yeah.
Like Wonder Woman has literally been away from
Yeah.
public
Yeah.
spotlight since World War One. The only one who really has an ego is Batman.
Yeah.
And that's because he's a billionaire and that he's a Batman.
He's the billionaire.
The Flash is
Playboy
Flash is a geeky kid who hasn't really had much exposure to the
Cyborg's
world.
afraid of the
Cyborg
world.
is an accident, essentially. And the only other one who really contends with Batman's ego is Aquaman, and that's because he's basically Aquabro.
Yeah.
And so, and within that, I see why there isn't as much confrontation within it, and the confrontation that does happen, I believed.
Yeah.
Not that I didn't believe the ones in Avengers. In fact, I probably believe those ones more.
Yeah.
But the one that did happen, because I'm sure there were more that they cut out. But the one that they did keep in, I actually believe, and I thought was quite well done.
Yeah. Justice League felt too clean. It was like everyone was like, all right.
It did feel very clinical.
Yeah.
And I think that's because of the runtime was shortened down as well.
But as we're Avengers, it's like everyone meets up, and it's not like we disagree. It's like no, fuck you.
Shakespeare
like,
in the heart.
And exactly and the first action scenes in that movie are all. Despite the opening action scene,
all against each other.
They're heroes fighting heroes. It's like, my favorite is the first helicarrier action scene. Like that actually is
fantastic,
amazing.
Yeah,
because it's like a 20-minute long action scene. You're like, this hasn't ended yet, and we're still on the head. Oh, this is rad. And then and also I love seeing how everyone gets fractured so hard in the first Avengers, and they're like, none of us can beat Loki and his invasion by our own. We need to team up. Like Nick Fury was saying, we've had a death. Brackets, air quotes.
Temporary death.
Yeah, we've had a death that's like, because of our egos, we've gotten someone killed. Like, one of them was close to the Avengers as well, so everyone's kind of just like, fuck. Alright. And then when they team up at the last act, it's like, yes, you guys
kind of feel that
you've earned this.
The efforts come together like that.
And then, and also, it also helps that the action scene at the end of Avengers is just...
It's absolute jizz-worthy.
It's it's during the day, it's like massive, it has so many set pieces, and... But it's not all clean though. Like you see the heroes getting their asses kicked as well. Like there's that time where Captain America gets like shot as he's getting up and he like falls to the ground and he's just like, and you can see him. He's just like, yeah, I'm on my last legs here. Then Thor's like, he's all like dizzying a bit and he's just like, oh, damn. And then like the awesome shot where Iron Man goes through the Leviathan, comes out, his suit runs out of power, he crashes and lands.
Yeah.
Then goes to get up and he tries to get up, and then he gets ganged on by a bunch of Chitauri.
He gets a couple shots in there.
And then he has to convert the rest of his power to fly away, but he can't shoot any more beams and stuff. And then Hawkeye's running out of arrows, Black Widow's just suffering in general, and Hulk's. There's that awesome scene where Hulk's gets surrounded and there's and just and you're like, God damn, I don't think any
They
of
did something similar like that in Justice League, which I noticed.
Yeah.
But it was cool because it was kind of
It wasn't as effective, though.
No.
It was kind of just they're in trouble, they're out of trouble.
Yeah, it was
Justice League had more of a... that scene in Avengers where you basically do a whole uncut scene flying through the city while everyone does their stuff.
Yeah.
Justice League had that with the Batmobile scene.
Yeah, I did like that.
Which I thought was... Actually, that's one of the parts that I was like, yeah, this is really sweet right now.
Yeah.
But then they didn't really have... they're outmatched here, because as soon as that happened, Superman pops up, and then all that threat is gone. I think that's going to be the ever existential problem with Superman.
Yeah, they have to find ways to nerf him, or they go the Injustice route, make him a villain,
which I think they're going back on now because they pretty much solved that. They already did the Lois is the key one. They brought her out and brought Superman back. I think that's honestly how far that storyline's going.
I feel like they had a bit of a restructure. I feel like they had plans to do Injustice.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah,
and they're like, That also leads us to so Avengers is easily better than Justice League. It is a bit unfair, but at the same time, as a movie by themselves, it is still technically a better movie, and it's still
if you had no context in the back, each of the character introductions in Avengers, even though they are pre-established, are still more fleshed out than the character introductions we get for Justice League. The action scenes are better, cleaner. The
dialogue is just...
The direction is not quite as stylish, but the dialogue is probably some of the best dialogue in a superhero film. Yeah. So, I think as a whole package,
it is. Avengers isn't perfect. I wouldn't call it perfect. It is a bit Hollywood blockbustery, but I like myself a good Hollywood blockbuster. But it is very, I would say it is probably the best out of. Well, actually, no, I prefer Age of Ultron to the first one a little bit more, just a little bit, not that much more. But I really I think Avengers was great, but Avengers is great because it is a bit cliched, and it is very straightforward and very not very unique in a certain way. But even though it was the first superhero team up film. It's same thing though. It did it so well. As well, Justice League. That leads me to our next point. Where do the future of the DCEU at this point? Because we all know that Justice League is a box office disaster at this point, And we kind of told from our screening, because our screening had no one in it, and it was a Friday afternoon.
Well, hold on. It's not a box office disaster. It had a very low opening weekend.
Yeah.
It had this third lowest under Wonder Woman, but it's not by any means a flop. I mean, it's definitely...
Oh, not a flop, but it is something where, like, Warner Bros. Will be like,
I think it will end up grossing more than Wonder Woman.
Really?
I think. I don't think it's going to match what Batman v Superman did.
I think, it's made a lot worldwide, because its budget is $300 million without marketing. With marketing, it's probably $450, because they marketed the fuck out of this movie.
They had to.
And marketing is also just add another, like, $100 million.
No, seriously, like, marketing's double what you find with most movie budgets.
Yeah. So it's ridiculous. So,
the way I look at it is that a lot of people who are Wonder Woman fans are going to come for that in Justice League, and those who did enjoy Batman v Superman are coming to that for Justice League.
Yeah.
So, just because of the logistics alone, and the fact that it's 2 hours long, so they can show it more often every day.
But I also feel like what it has translated is word of mouth has kind of... it did it to BVS.
Oh, destroyed BVS.
Yeah. I feel like it's again like, another DCU movie that's not that great. And we'll be like,
But I also think people are ready for that now.
Yeah.
They're ready for a movie that wasn't going to be that great.
Yeah.
And so knowing that it's actually half decent.
I do... Well, from what I've heard, the only DCEU movies that are confirmed to still be happening at the moment is Aquaman, New Batman, Wonder Woman 2. And Suicide Squad 2, I think.
Suicide Squad 2, Flashpoint as well. But the
Flashpoint,
only one that is actually in active development and that is actually being done is Aquaman. That's just recently wrapping up filming. We talked about this.
So no matter what happens, we know that is definitely coming out.
And also that the Batman movie is still in the pre-production stage. All the other ones, Shazam, Flash, Cyborg, Green Lantern, Suicide Squad 2, they're all in a bit of limbo right now.
Wonder Woman 2 definitely get a sequel.
Wonder Woman 2 is the other one.
Like, that will...
Yeah.
Because Wonder Woman was a smash. It was like, no one saw that coming. Especially because we heard the pre-reports that it was going to be awful.
Yeah.
There was a lot of... There was like a leak from inside Warner Bros. Like, Wonder Woman's a disaster, guys. And then it comes out.
Which I think was a little bit of a marketing ploy.
Yeah.
Personally.
But then also I think like... So like, that will definitely get a sequel. That's why I want, as much as I did not like Justice League, I want the DCEU to survive.
Absolutely.
Because I want it to do good. I want to have my great Marvel movies and I want my great DC movies alongside, so I can be like, oh hell yeah, new Batman movie coming out, awesome. Oh, Wonder Woman 2? Fuck yeah, let's go see Wonder Woman 2. Or like, them to do like their random properties. I'd love to see another Constantine movie. Or
I would too.
Like, anything like that where it's just like Flashpoint, even though I think they're doing it a little too early, I'd still love to see a Flashpoint movie.
Well, Flashpoint is their reset button.
Yeah. Which I think it's in limbo at the moment.
Well, they'll use it to get Gyllenhaal in as Batman.
Yeah. Which I think would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, that, like, what do you guys think is going to happen to the DCU? I think
it's going to continue.
I think Aquaman will be the deciding factor. If Aquaman tanks, which I hope it doesn't, I want Aquaman to be great. I think Justice League is like the second last pin in the coffin, where it's like, all right, we've got a few more chances, but if Aquaman tanks, Batman will come out because Batman will sell no matter what. He's a cultural phenomenon. No, everyone will go see a Batman movie because it's Batman. So Justice League isn't just Batman; it's everyone. But like, if Aquaman tanks, because Warner Bros. Have talked about resetting the DCEU before. Because, again, they've made a lot of mistakes with it. I think if Aquaman tanks, that could be the end. Where it's like, all right, Wonder Woman 2 happened, but...
Well, that's what the Flashpoint film will be.
Yeah, and they'll be like, we'll either reset or they'll go just to doing solo movies where it's like, all right, we'll do our solo Joker movie, and we'll do a solo Batman movie that doesn't have any ties to any of them, and then I feel like in like 8 years they'll be like, let's try it again.
Yeah.
Not do any of
even 8 years.
Yeah. What do you guys think about it? Like,
I definitely think they'll want to try and continue it.
Yeah.
But I'm not 100% sure whether
I think it also depends on the
works.
final gross of Justice League as well, because the numbers aren't done yet.
Not by a long shot.
Yeah, and it has earned a lot. Well, American box office, it's considered a failure. Yeah. Worldwide, it has earned quite a bit.
Yeah, and that film's going to keep earning until Star Wars comes out.
Yeah.
So we've got another 2 weeks on that.
Yeah, and so like it depends. Yeah.
Oh my fucking god! It's 2 weeks until Star Wars.
It's 2 weeks away.
Nothing but Star Wars.
I'm still spoiling you guys on the first hours of that movie as I watch it.
Turning my phone off.
Because I'm watching it an hour ahead of you
Turning my
guys.
phone off.
Fine, I'm going to turn my phone off vibrate so my thing doesn't buzz. It's gonna be like.
Yeah. Does anyone else got anything to just leave before we wrap up?
No, that's it. After Credit Scheme was pretty cool.
Yeah, they were pretty cool.
League of Doom or Injustice League, either one of those.
Or any of
sounds pretty sweet.
Any of the many villain groups in the DCCU or DC.
I think a lot of people are hating on fucking
Eisenberg?
Oh, him, I'm over.
Oh, yeah.
He can be fine. I'm happy with him now.
I completely forgot that
no, I
was
think a lot of
thing.
people are hating on Deathstroke.
Oh, John Maggie.
I don't think that was that bad. I think that's...
the makeup was a bit off,
I think that's as good... No, I mean, the whole package in the suit as well.
The suit looked rad.
I think that's the best you can make of a suit that is black and orange. I think that's probably the best you can make it. It's certainly better than the one in Arrow.
It looked a lot like Arkham Origins Deathstroke. Yeah, I was like, I don't mind that.
Clear inspiration from there, yeah. So.
It looked awesome. I was like, that is Deathstroke. It looks like the utility Deathstroke, not the goofy spandex Deathstroke, which I don't like. I don't like the lame where it's like it's a one piece. I like where it's body armor and it's like he's got
tactical.
Like guns, he's got like ammo on him and stuff. That feels alright. Cool. We'll wrap it. So, quickly, has anyone been playing anything? Well, last segment.
I already said what I've been playing.
Oh, you kind of have, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I'm playing. I'm currently halfway through Wolfenstein.
Yeah, boy. Good game.
Which I adore. Fucking fantastic.
Yeah. Do you prefer it as the first one, or do you?
I still prefer the first one.
Yeah, same.
I'm only halfway through though, and I am planning at one point to play it again with a different timeline, even though it's not going to be that big of a difference.
Yeah.
More so just to play the game again, and I'll play that after I've played a couple of hours I need to catch up on. Then I'll get around to COD and I'll get around to AC Origins as well.
Yeah, I gotta finish Evil Within 1, start Evil Within 2.
Yeah.
Because I really actually am keen. I'm keen to try to play the first open world survival horror game where it's like
that's high budget like that one.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And like even though I'm not a big fan of open world survival horror seems like it could work very well. From what I've seen Evil Within 2, it looks like it will work really well. I haven't even been playing Evil Within and Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, and that's about it. And Civ, good old Civ 5.
Pokemon Sun, Pokemon Original Sun. What else have I been playing?
Animal Crossing.
I actually haven't been playing a lot of Animal Crossing. I've been writing about it.
She's meant to be writing a review. Meant to be.
I've been writing about it. I haven't actually been playing it.
Yeah.
Good.
The cancer is done.
Yeah, that's about it, really.
Alright, cool. Well, we'll wrap it there.
Yeah.
Thank you everyone for listening to the Ramblers podcast.
Danke.
Where can they find us, Danny?
Dankeschön.
You can find us on Facebook or Twitter. Facebook.com/
Porn.
The Ram.
I want to do that now.
The Ramblers official podcast, or you can find us at Twitter at @podcast_Rambler with a capital R.
Ramblers.
What's our next podcast going to be on? Is it most anticipated games of next year?
Star Wars?
No, because it won't be Star Wars.
I know, but talking about maybe...
No, we're going to do 2 weeks of stuff. We're not a Star Wars podcast.
You guys do understand that in 2 weeks' time, you're coming out of the 1 a.m. showing of Star Wars, and that same day you're going to have a podcast.
Oh my god, we are too.
So
Wait,
you're going to have a
able
spoiler-free
to.
discussion.
Wait, you're going to go see it, aren't you?
I'm seeing midnight, so
Okay,
I'm seeing
well
it
then-
1 hour before you. So either one, I can be here.
Come on, yeah?
It will be a spoiler-free one though because
Oh, yeah.
that's the same day as it comes out.
I'm not. I won't be a cunt, and I won't spoil Star Wars.
Yeah.
Because I do know, out of anything that doesn't deserve to be spoiled, Star Wars does not deserve to be spoiled.
No.
Unless you're Hitler, or unless you spoil Star Wars for people. But again, if you do that, you already know the spoiler, so it's redundant.
Translate.
If you do that, then you don't deserve to do a spoiler.
No, that's not what I said.
Cool.
I said if you're going to do that, if you already spoiled it to people, then you already know the spoiler. Therefore, it's redundant.
Okay.
You're redundant.
Ah!
Die.
Alright, so everyone, thank you for listening.
Thank you.
Make sure to catch us next time. Thank you, Chris, for being on.
That's all right.
again. And see you guys next time. Bye. Everyone say bye.
Bye.